This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Hey everybody, this is Chase from Barrel Age Flicks. Go ahead and check out our Patreon for raw, uncut footage and early access to all of our episodes. The link is in the description, and it's only $5 a month. Thanks for listening.
But I'm going to give it to you straight about Jason. His body was never recovered from the lake after he drowned. Still out there, some sort of demented creature. Surviving in the wilderness, full grown by now. Stalking. Stealing what he needs, living off wild animals and vegetation. Some folks claim they've even seen him right in this area. The girl who survived that night at Camp Blood, that Friday the 13th.
Well, I'm Mrs. Voorhees, an old friend of the Christies.
You see, Jason was my son, and today is his birthday.
Heavy shit.
Oh, shit is right. Let's get out of here.
You can't be hunting for bear.
How about kids? Are any kids, vacationers, people like that?
Yeah, a bunch of kids moved in yesterday.
And I'm a dead fuck. Like I said, the computer don't lie.
Jason's body has disappeared from the morgue.
It was stolen.
It was not stolen. 2 people at the hospital are missing. Coincidence? He's alive.
Jason's out there.
Hey everybody, this is Barrel Age Flicks. I'm Lenny, yeah man, and this is...
Hey, this is Ron. Let's drink, talk some movies.
And...
Hey guys, this is Sammy. Let's do this.
we also have...
What's going on, you fucking nerds? This is Tyler. Let's talk about some modern mythology.
And finally...
This is Stu. Let's drink, motherfucker. What is up, everybody?
Yeah.
Welcome to our third in our series for our October Halloween Slasher series.
Woo-woo!
And today we have a guest to our show. His name is Goot. What is up, buddy?
Hello, all. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Welcome. What's up, Goot?
So glad to have you aboard, man.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's a huge honor for me.
That is awesome, man. I'm
we have a fan.
Our one fan. So this is the movie that I picked. It is Friday the 13th, Chapter 4. But we're technically going to probably be talking about all the Jason films here because
we kind of have to.
We have to because it's like the whole saga. I mean, especially the remake, the Freddy versus Jason, a little bit on that, all of it. I mean, it's just fucking great. I mean, Jason is by far the master of kills. I mean, he has. You guys want to know how many kills he has compared to all the other slashers out there?
Yes.
All right. So Jason Voorhees has got 157 kills.
Okay.
Michael Myers is 128. We got Jigsaw with 76. We got Freddy with 48, which I was a little shocked at. I thought he had more than that.
No, I mean, it's only a small group, you know, in each movie.
We got Chucky with 47, so he's like one down from Freddy. And then we got Ghostface with only 36 kills. And then Leatherface with 31. Sorry, Lenny.
Leatherface sucks.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about
Jason's
this.
only got shit on Jim Jones. Just saying.
Jonestown. Ugh.
But
What's in this drink?
Yummy Kool-Aid.
So before we actually get into the show, we're going to go ahead and try this drink that I sort of came up with a little bit, but it's a drink I found online, but I kind of just changed it up a little bit. I'm going to call it Camp Blood. It's called Lake Water, but I'm calling it Camp Blood because you add a little bit of grenadine and put some blood in the water. But what it also consists of is 1 ounce of Malibu coconut rum, 1 ounce of pineapple juice, 1 ounce of vodka, and 1 ounce of peach schnapps. So then I take a little syringe and add some grenadine to it, and there you go. So you guys ready to chase this out?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
So I'm going to spray the little blood in there. Oh, there you
that
go.
looks cool.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
You're going to run out of
That
blood.
time of the month, huh?
It's perfect. It's perfect. All right, there you go, Stu.
You can't be hunting for bears.
There you go.
Can't go swimming either.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Gross.
Prost.
Actually,
That is smooth. That is very smooth.
It wasn't as sweet as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Well, it has the pineapple, which is normally kind of hard.
And it's also the peach schnapps.
No, you know, the thing that I'm really shocked about is I thought this was going to be ultra sweet, but it wasn't.
No.
This was fucking perfect. I'm very happy with this. I'm shocked. I mean, because I didn't really, I thought it was going to be ultra sweet, and that's what I was worried about. Because, guy, I'm not into big sweet drinks and everything, but it actually worked out pretty good. What did you think? What would you give this, Scoot?
Oh, it's perfect. Give it 2 thumbs up.
Fuck yeah, man. There you go. Did you like the little fucking grenadine going in there?
Oh, it's perfect. Give it until you see the Instagram picture, it looked like a perfect, like muddy water. Then you put the blood in there. It looked perfect shot.
Yeah, like almost like a dark green and stuff like that. How about you, Stu?
Oh, definitely tastes good. The peach schnapps definitely works really well. And that's what I'm getting the most lingering after is that subtle peach taste.
Yeah.
But it definitely cuts the sweetness down a lot with the pineapple juice and everything mixed together. Came out really well. 2 thumbs up.
Didn't that also work with like the candy corn drink?
Yes.
Because the pineapple kind of cut the sweetness out of that.
My basic white girl drink.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
That's like your number one
That's
fucking
Stu's
drink.
basic bitch drink now.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm going to give this 2 thumbs up. I'm giving it. It's fucking awesome. I am so happy that it turned out as good.
Looked pretty.
Yeah, seriously. I was really worried, but actually I'm very happy. So
good job, Ron. You actually didn't fuck something up.
Yes,
Yay,
exactly.
Ron!
I didn't fuck something up. So that just works for me. So anyways,
that feels like that would be a non-kill.
Exactly.
And then he's like,
I know, and I had to put that in there. So I've been a fan of the Jason Voorhees films. Friday the 13th, actually Friday the 13th from part 1 to part 8, and then when New Line took over, it was more of Jason because they couldn't have the Friday the 13th name. But I was a fan of these films remember walking through the video store and seeing the back of the VHS covers and seeing all the seeing Jason in his mask. I remember the picture of Pamela Voorhees and the little shrine that he had in part 2 and everything. I saw that all on the back covers of the VHS. Fucking loved it. So the first movie that I watched that I've ever seen when I was younger was, I don't remember the age though, was New Blood. I saw it on TV. Cut up though, but that was my first time. Yeah, my first intro to Jason to watch it and everything else. I remember seeing a trailer for Jason Goes to Hell, and I didn't really know anything about it. And then I just, over time, started to watch all the other movies, and I did not know that the first movie didn't even star fucking Jason. It was his mother, Pamela Voorhees, which was crazy, but it is such a great
friend
film.
of the Christies.
Oh, fuck. Betsy Palmer, man. She's amazing as Pamela Voorhees. But
that's why Drew Barrymore's ticket got punched and screamed because she got that messed up.
Exactly.
So I'm going to go round table here.
It's too early. Trust me, we'll get there. There's plenty of that today. We're sitting there watching it, and Ron is like, I'm literally like muttering like freaking Raymond. I'm like, freaking sluts. Whores. Every 5 seconds, boobs everywhere.
She's a whore.
Apparently, nobody in these films.
I'm already expecting that to come
none.
up, the whore. I know.
It's going to.
Yeah,
you can't not.
Don't slut shame, okay? We are in a modern day. Let the women have their sexuality and empower them.
No,
It's
see,
fine.
this is why I'm going to be behind Jason because he slaps these bitches down.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do a round table on everybody's intro to Jason. Let's go ahead and start with you, Goot.
I was about 10 years old. I was at my neighbor's best friend's house, and Friday Goes to Hell came on TV. So we were like, "Oh shit, let's watch this." And then just get into that. And, seeing Kane Hodder for the first time, then seeing Freddy come out at the end because I'm a huge Freddy fan, but Jason's second to me. But it's like seeing that was like, holy shit, I'm all in. Like, this is amazing. Like,
yeah.
Then after that, being scared, like whenever Friday the 13th would come up, like, we had a creek behind us. So we'd always be looking like to see if like shit's coming.
Oh man, that's awesome. And you said you were 10 years old when you saw it?
Yep.
How about you, Stu?
See, you told me you were going to be asking this question, so I've been racking my brain.
Trying to remember?
Yeah, and honestly, as far back as I can remember, I knew Jason. I knew, the hockey mask. I knew the killer.
I think everybody did.
And I don't remember my first introduction. I really don't. It's just been something that's a part of my consciousness as far back as I can remember. So I'm assuming it was on a late night TV when I was real young, things like that. And that's probably what my first introduction was. But I can't even tell you which movie it was or anything because it's always been there. I've always watched these films and remember these films, and it's one of the things that just sticks with you forever.
Yes. No, I completely agree with you on that. How about you, Sammy?
So it's funny because I also had like the similar thing. Like I remember like again, like there would be like across like a pop culture reference of Jason and like Tiny Toons. Like you'd see the guy with the hug and you go, oh yeah, it's Jason. Like, and you'd automatically know it. But yet you didn't like, again, I remember being a kid and I wasn't allowed to watch horror movies really because my mom was like protective and crap. But I remember distinctly the Jason Goes to Hell VHS art.
Which is probably the best VHS art.
I remember this.
I completely agree.
And I remember it so much. And it would always like, I'd walk and I'd see the horror and I'd like meander over towards the horror until my mom was like, get out of there and whatever. But that art was like burned into my brain. But I did not watch my first Jason film until it was Freddy versus Jason. When actually you and I were dating.
Yeah,
so I was in high school.
Because I remember I saw that one in the theater, and because I'm trying to remember, there was a couple of horror movies I saw in the theater. I saw Dawn of the Dead remake, which was awesome. Seeing that one, and then I saw Freddy versus Jason, and I got her into it because she wasn't into horror when we first started dating, and then she kind of developed. She was
a little band geek. She was, was pure and innocent, and you came along and corrupted her.
Yes, I have, with all the horror and everything else.
Yeah, I'm not a whore.
I didn't say you were a whore.
No one said that.
I said the horror. Words are hard. Yeah, I understand. Can't say the words right.
I corrupted the whore.
I did sound like that. Like I corrupted her and now she's a whore. I was like, excuse me? No. Yes, that is true. I, again, grew up, and a lot of it was because I think my dad, again, like we've said in earlier episodes, he was in Vietnam, so he just didn't do like gory type stuff. Like it was just not allowed in our home.
Yeah.
And then he went MIA. My mom's not a fan of horror, so it just wasn't something until basically I watched that with you, and then throughout the years, and now I think I've seen more horror movies than you now, because now I'll like vet them and stuff. You'll be like, hey, go check out the new Child's Play. Let me know. And I'm like, it's garbage. Don't waste your time.
Yeah, I haven't even watched it. The thing is, I took her advice about it.
Don't. It's terrible.
Everybody keeps telling me it was horrible.
It's terrible.
You should watch it just to understand how bad it is.
Have you seen it?
The new Child's Play?
Yeah.
Yes.
And what did you think of it?
I appreciated Mark Hamill's voice as the Chucky, but the Made in Taiwan and the whole computer program they did, the virus and stuff.
Everything was wrong about it.
It was terrible.
This doesn't work.
And but the thing is,
and I'm sorry, I can't get behind Mark Hamill as Chucky. I can't. For me, it's Dorf.
I appreciate Mark
like Dorf.
Hamill's voice skills, but Dorf is Chucky.
Stephen Dorff, yes, his voice, his fucking,
which is why I'm super
laugh.
excited about the show that's coming out.
Yeah, because his iconic laugh is amazing. I fucking love Chucky's laugh. But we're not talking about Chucky. We're talking about Jason, of course.
Teaser for the small batch.
Yes, we will be having a small batch on the Bride of Chucky.
I'm sorry, that to me is the Chucky perfect film.
That was a very Ron move, by the way.
What's it?
That was a very Ron move.
What
was a Ron move?
For a future episode.
Oh, don't even talk to me. You would sell out if somebody's like, oh, it gets us more listeners? Okay, I have no soul. It's fine.
Yeah, I want to spread our love to everybody. Again. I want to bukkake the listeners' faces with our love.
Oh, I am so sorry, listeners.
We got to tease the love.
Exactly.
So go ahead talking about the first four movies, because basically it's like a whole saga. The first four chapters. The first Friday the 13th, of course, is not Jason. It's Pamela Voorhees, who Betsy Palmer did an amazing job. I thought the ending was like the best. Just seeing her act in that role was iconic to me. In fact, when I watch it, I'm still happy. I have a smile on my face when I see her talk. It's amazing. And then we go into part two, which is we first see Jason, because first of all, you never know that Jason's alive, because Jason.
Yes, you do.
No. In the first one, they said that Jason died. But then at the end, did you remember?
And that isn't a real thing. That if you notice, they did that for the first handful of movies where they tease like almost like a hallucination of some shit.
Well, they did that in almost every single movie in the ending. I mean, just like the whole
3 movies.
Yeah, because Pamela Voorhees, wasn't it the third one where Pamela Voorhees comes back out of the water as a zombie, basically? Yeah. And I wasn't a fan of that, to tell you the truth.
It didn't make any sense to me, because how can you have a...
How'd her head get reattached?
Thank you.
Right.
It's just
right.
It's just a hallucination or a dream state. It's just
I feel they could have like taken her as zombified and then had her like hug her own head at somebody. Just like, ugh.
So I like the dream states, but end it there. Why have that dream state and then move to a completely different ending?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The movie.
Do you remember the Friday the 13th Nintendo game?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do.
Didn't her head, if I remember correctly, come flying at you on the screen? Okay, that's what when you were saying that. I was like, I feel like I've seen that.
You have.
Have you watched the Angry
tiny
video?
head.
Exactly. Hey, no, it was awesome.
Have you watched the Angry Video Game Nerd review of that?
No, I haven't.
Fucking amazing. If anybody listens or watches YouTube
that was
videos,
a super fun game that I fucking loved.
I love the
that
music.
I sucked at so goddamn hard. I remember not understanding what I was supposed to fucking do in it and just running around and there's fucking Jason. Oh my god!
But it was also the very first person type of view in that game. That's what was really cool about it. So.
Yeah.
But here, I'm going to go ahead and give Pamela's little story here.
Did you know that a young boy drowned the year before those 2 others were killed? The counselors weren't paying any attention. They were making love while that young boy drowned. His name was Jason.
His name was Jason. Sorry.
I was working the day that it happened, preparing meals. Here, I was the cook. Jason should have been watched every minute.
I fucking love her in this.
Yes.
She is amazing.
It's perfect.
And I'm so glad that she
plays
back.
that broken role so well.
Yes.
Sweet.
And she didn't even like doing it. Like, she thought that the fucking script was garbage and everything else. And when they requested her to come back for part 2.
Well, no wonder she was so angry.
You let him drown. You never paid any attention.
Oh, fuck. I love her, man. I thought she was amazing.
One thing I never got is, so in the sequels, they say, well, Jason, he didn't drown. He survived. And then he was just living in the woods for 20 fucking years or whatever.
Hillbilly.
Yeah. I'm just curious.
Which I don't
If you were scared, I don't know what's the politically correct term for mongoloid.
Mongoloid.
Is that a politically correct term nowadays? I don't know what I'm allowed to fucking say anymore.
Mongoloid?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you were a scared little mongoloid boy who just fucking almost drowned, I'm sorry, you're gonna walk around that fucking lake and find somebody. You're not just gonna decide to hide out in the fucking woods, especially if your mom is your center of your entire fucking universe.
Yeah, but he sees her get beheaded.
Not till 20 some fucking years later.
Yeah, that's true.
What?
Not till years later. Years later, because remember they said he died, and then the next year a bunch of counselors died, and then it shut down for years, and then they decided to reopen. All right, and
he drowned, and then they had the counselor. She killed them that year.
No, the following. They said the following year.
Yeah,
and then they shut down the camp, and the camp stayed shut down for years. And then they were the first Friday the 13th was the first year that they were reopening the camp, and they thought the whole camp was cursed because of what happened. And then that's why in Friday 2, it's been a very little bit of time that has passed since the killings happened, and Jason's now an adult because it's been like 20 some fucking years.
Okay,
and he's just been supposedly living in the fucking woods or some shit like that,
eating on animals and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I'm sorry.
With the toilet somehow.
Yeah, I'm assuming wasn't hooked up to anything, so was he just like scooping it out afterwards?
See, this is the thing that comes back.
So
this
random.
is the.
Like, all right.
You said you do not like Friday the 13th the remake.
I don't think it,
because the whole thing about him going in the tunnels underneath was actually
that was something I thought they did well.
Yeah,
I appreciated that. It gave some explanation to how he's able to be everywhere at all times, and you never see him fucking running.
Yeah.
Unlike the video game where he just mystifies and like, and then he's there.
Yeah.
He teleports.
So the tunnel system was a really good add-on in the remake, and I appreciated that. And it's something that actually fit naturally.
Yeah.
But I still don't think that a mongoloid fucking Jason, after he almost fucking drowned, would just decide, okay, I'm just going to live in the woods for fucking 20 years. I don't see a mongoloid fucking doing that.
Well, it's kind of a simple story. I mean, it's just something that they wrote in a script just to make entertainment. I can't really understand why they would do it, but I understand what you're saying when you're really, dissecting it like that.
Well, the remake, I feel like it encompassed part 1 through 4 beautifully.
Yes, it
different
did.
Stories out. The cinematography was perfect. Jason running was that. The first 15 minutes is like thrilling. Like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome. Then after that, you start building the characters. The King douchebag and all the kids come up. That was perfect.
No, actually, that's a good point there because Jason, especially that one scene when at the fire where you just see him just do that huge lunge with a machete.
Mm-hmm.
I believe. I think that's in the beginning of the first one because it doesn't like the first. It's like first 10 minutes of the movie and then the title comes on. Like the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like because he has the potato sack and then he finally gains the mask. there's a lot of things I like about the remake, but there's also a lot of things I don't care for it. I mean, do you care for the whole fact that he's huge, like he's huge and menacing, basically just like the Rob Zombie version of Michael Myers, you know?
Loved it.
Yeah.
I did too. I'm sorry. I thought it was really cool.
See, me, I don't. That's the thing. I actually see there's been many people that have played Jason. I can tell you every single one. Ari Lehman was, if I'm saying this right, Ari Lehman, I believe is how you say it. He played the one that came out of the lake in the beginning of the first movie. Friday
the original Jason, who now whores himself out and signs everything.
I even have a
Including
Jason.
the mask behind
I own one.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but I own one right up there. So yeah,
original Jason. Meh. I've done nothing else in my life.
And then we got part 2, which is Warrington Gillette. I thought he did well. I actually liked how he did, you know, like the holding like a dog does, where he, you know, tips his
that
head.
became very much iconic.
Yeah, but it was first shown in part 2, so that was really cool about that. But I actually enjoyed the potato sack, but I liked the potato sack in the remake even better because it was just so tightly wrapped and it looked like almost like surgical way, just the way it looked. I thought it looked very, you know,
reminded me of Red Dragon.
Yes,
really.
I could see that.
Yeah,
I could see
you know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah,
not the remake Red Dragon, the Manhunter Red Dragon.
So to me, instead of like a potato sack, it looked like a cheese
yeah, like cheesecloth.
Yeah. Cheesecloth?
Yeah.
No, I see what you're saying on that. And then we had Richard Brooker for part 3, which is actually one of my least favorite of the Friday the 13th.
Guys.
The characters were good. I mean, the fat guy was just annoying as hell.
Oh my god!
So maybe that's where the mask came from.
Shelly.
Yeah,
I felt so bad for Shelley. I felt so.
Yeah, but I like how the fact where he tried
to.
I liked it where he said he just called the woman a bitch right when he got turned down. That was kind of funny. I wasn't expecting that actually. So
I felt bad that he didn't like die more drastically. Like you build him up to be this asshole, and like he's doing all these pranks on the side. Everyone hates him. He's annoying, but then he dies the way he dies.
It sucks.
There's no payoff.
Anticlimactic.
And then we have Ted White, who is actually one of my favorite Jasons. I thought he did a great job, and he actually was very hard to work on the set. And I thought his moves were great. I thought that he looked good, his movements and his style, but he's not Kane Hodder. I mean, there's things about Kane Hodder that I love.
The Hodder breath.
Yes, we'll get into that. Part 5 was Tom Morga, who wasn't even Jason, really. It was more of a copycat Jason.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which, you know what? I'm sorry. I have no problem with part 5. Actually, watching it again in the past, I didn't care for it. It's got one scene that I love in it. I ain't gonna lie, in the woods. But
horse.
Yes, I'm sorry. Probably one of the best
softcore porn.
Yes, actually, I think the director part 6 was so tame compared to part 5 because part 5 had so much sex and nudity and a great amount of violence in it. I actually was one of the most violent ones out there. And then we had part 6.
But it wasn't scary violence. But
no.
It wasn't.
Yes, it had like 25 kills in that movie.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, he killed somebody else. Oh, he killed somebody else. He killed somebody. It wasn't like, oh my god, he killed somebody else.
It was gore porn.
Yeah, it was just like, but it was very bland.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just like,
Did
it
you
didn't
like
build
the
up
whole
anything emotionally.
Did you feel like the whole story with the whole ambulance, driver, getting?
I mean, it was a good twist. I give them credit for that. They were trying to, buck the expectation level, which was good.
Well, Jason died.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. And I still want to get into how if Tommy Jarvis wasn't a part of this whole fucking thing, then all these other fucking people wouldn't have died.
We know that Tommy Jarvis basically...
It's Tommy Jarvis's fault. It is. It is.
Well, he is because he's the one who brought back Jason.
It's his fucking fault.
Yeah.
Fuck him. All right. So,
blood's on your hand, Tommy. Yeah. It's all on your hands.
I do have to say this is that you have to quote me on the name from the Freddy Krueger movie, but Tommy Jarvis is basically what Nancy is to the Nightmare on Elm Street with the Nightmare on Elm Street trilogy, which is part 1, part 3, and I think part
New
7.
Nightmare.
Yeah, but which one is that? Part 7, I believe. Part 6, part 7,
7 or 8.
Yeah, but
I want to say 7.
Yeah, so it feels
right.
It's basically the same vein as that.
Yeah.
So it's like a whole saga with Tommy Jarvis, and I actually like the Tommy Jarvis character. In fact, watching Jason Lives, I actually appreciated him more, but I did not care for him in part 5, where he was like the with the glasses, doing the fucking karate kicks and chops and everything else, like inside the asylum and all that, trying to figure out what was going on with him. Didn't care for that all as much.
I liked him the most.
I love Corey Feldman, though.
In part 4. I actually didn't like Corey Feldman. I really didn't.
What? What's wrong
I know.
with Corey Feldman? Well, no, you told me you didn't like the fucking bald cap.
The ending choice is like, I'm going to make myself look like him so we're
But it was
friends.
All right.
No, fuck that. That doesn't make any goddamn sense at all. Logically, it's fucking wrong. All right. They're just trying to capitalize on what they did, you know, where she's, oh, I'm your mother. And so they're just trying to capitalize
he's trying to
on
say
that.
he's his own self, basically.
Yeah. No, it's wrong. In my mind, it doesn't fucking work. All right. At least part 4, it's playing that broken, psychotic, shit of somebody who's seen a lot of fucking shit, and he's lost his fucking mind.
Yeah.
All right, so he deserves to be.
You mean 5?
Yes, 5.
5. You said 4. I think.
Yeah, you're right. Right. 6 is where they switch actors again. You're right.
Yeah.
5.
There was 3 different actors, but Corey Feldman did come back for part 5 in the beginning for like the first 5 minutes
when he sees dead Jason.
Yeah.
He was doing a different movie. That's why he couldn't come back to it.
Oh, that's right.
What movie was he filming? From the looks of it, in his age, it might have been Goonies.
Could have been Goonies.
Stand By Me or Goonies.
Or it could have been Stand By Me. I didn't even think about that either. Yeah. So.
Well, he was filming a lot of shit back in,
he was
in
popular.
that time
He
period.
was one of the popular kids in the
He did
80s.
everything with the 2 Coreys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one is CJ Graham did part 6, of course, and then the best Jason of them all, in my opinion, is Kane Hodder. 7, 8, 9, and 10. I love Kane Hodder and the movements that he does. That one thing where he does that long, big breathe before he's about to do a kill or before he moves around. He has that slow move. I don't know what it is. And the bulkiness. He's not tall, but he's bulky.
Still 6'2" and a half.
Yeah, but
he feels taller though.
I wonder if he had
he feels
lifts in the shoes.
Because he feels tall the way he carries himself.
Yeah,
he just feels like this presence, and I'm just like. I really appreciate Kane Hodder. I really do. I'm in alignment with you.
Yeah,
he is my. Yeah. When I picture Jason, it's Kane Hodder.
But
that's
what
when I picture
sucks
Jason.
is that he's actually in the worst Friday the 13th films. That's the only thing that sucks, other than New Blood. I'm a big fan of New Blood. And I like Jason Goes to Hell, but he's barely in that one. He's only in that for maybe 30% of the movie.
Yep.
And when you see him in Jason Takes Manhattan, which is freaking horrible. I'm sorry. It's not.
Except for one of the best fight scenes.
Yes, with the
one of the best fight
with
scenes.
with the head being boxed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a good scene. But I also I do like that part when he's walking through Times Square.
The fight scene was boring?
It's boring.
No.
Yeah, Jason just whap, whap. Oh, you're tired. Head gone. It was boring.
It's 80s cheese that you gotta love.
No.
Come
See,
on.
to me, it was the equivalent of I forget which Halloween movie. What was it? H2O that had Busta Rhymes. All right, yeah. So it was the equivalent of the Busta Rhymes Michael Myers fight.
Yeah,
that's the equivalent to me. I'm just like it was perfect. It was so funny and just out there, and then you just see Jason like, nope, fuck you. Boop.
No, I like the part when he's walking through Times Square and they got the fucking boombox going on, and he just goes there and just kicks it.
Yes,
and just keeps walking, and then they turn around and he just lifts his mask up. I was like, yes, I fucking loved it. But
and he was so gooey in that movie.
He was.
Well,
so gooey.
He was so moist.
See,
no,
that's
he was
something.
slimy.
That's just something I'm going to bring up in Jason Goes to Hell when we talk about that. We're kind of going
bouncing
all
all
over the
around.
place. Yeah,
Bucket.
We will talk about part 4 because part 4 is my ultimate favorite, and we will get the review of that one because to me that is the ultimate Jason film. But the thing about part Jason Goes to Hell, the way that his fucking mask and he's all bloated and the mask is like. It's kind of
like impacted in his face.
Yeah, but I think that has to do with the fucking toxic shit that poured on him in Jason Takes Manhattan.
Which
I think
makes
that's
sense.
the way they did that. But he did look a little bit different. I mean, his face looked like it was like a fucking balloon head. It was huge. But in his body, he had a tucked in shirt, which didn't seem right to me. But it was still Kane Hodder, and he did it great. And then when it came to Jason X, which I know, Stu, that's your personal favorite.
Yes.
I know that's your personal favorite. But Jason X... I didn't like his look in Jason X. I didn't like the look of the mask.
Hold on.
Like Uber
Which Jason? Because remember, there's 2 different versions of Jason.
I'm talking about the first Jason,
The beginning
where he
Jason.
looks like he had like peach fuzz all over his head.
Okay, the beginning Jason. I can respect that opinion.
I know you
Uber
like,
Jason.
You like Uber Jason.
Fuck you. Uber Jason is amazing.
Looks like a Power Ranger.
I don't care. I don't care if he looks
That's
like
all it
goddamn
looks like.
fucking Zed from Power Rangers. I don't give a fuck. All right, he was amazing. All right, with that cool ass machete that he was wielding and made of like a fucking nanobots.
Yeah.
And a metal fucking mask. I'm like, that's amazing. Fuck you.
It's a Zed Terminator.
Exactly.
It was pretty damn cool. So So another thing I want to talk about the Friday the 13th films before we get into part 4 is Harry Manfredini, if I'm saying that right. Harry Manfredini, his score. His score is so iconic that, I mean, look at that. The fucking strings is so creepy. I mean, it's perfect. I love it. And the thing is, it feels to me it's the same exact thing as Halloween, you know, on John Carpenter's theme, where you hear his iconic theme. Whenever you hear Henry Manfredini's, I mean, look at this shit. I fucking love his score. And the thing is, his score is inspired by the heavy Polish scores that he was studying at the time with the because that's basically kill, 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 mom, mom, mom.
Yep.
And I fucking love that. And that's the same thing that goes with every Friday the 13th film. So yeah, all I got to say is that he does an amazing score, and it does a lot of resemblance to Jaws, because whenever his theme is like going up, you can see the what's the is it cello that you hear when it's like going up and down, sort of. Isn't that a cello? Is that
cello?
Cello?
Did I say cello?
Cello.
Cello. I feel like it's like a mix of shalom and hello. Cello.
You guys suck.
Fucking retard.
Shut the fuck up.
Cello.
But yes, no, he
cello. Cell.
All right, I've heard you. Yeah, I heard you.
Don't give me stink eye because you can't speak.
Cello.
Words are hard. That's me. But overall, his score is amazing. I'm very happy with how he did it, and it sucks because there was only 2 films that he didn't do the score for. He didn't do Jason Takes Manhattan, which I was kind of shocked at, and he also did not do the remake, of course. And Freddy vs. Jason, I wouldn't even put that in the mix, because Freddy vs. Jason to me is both a Nightmare on Elm Street film and a Friday the 13th film. So they got somebody else, but they did make a really cool intro when the New Line Cinema intro is coming on, where you hear that.
Oh yes,
and then you hear
Elm Street, and then the.
That was a really cool intro to the movie, because I saw that movie in the theaters, and man, that was badass.
No, he definitely did an amazing job. You can't picture Jason without picturing his music. You really can't. He goes hand in hand, and it's iconic what he did for this. It's simple. It really is a very simple score, but it works so damn well.
Yes,
for the subject matter,
and I fucking love it.
I'd argue his mask is more iconic than the sound.
The mask is more iconic than the sound. What I think they both are in a way. I mean,
yes, they complement each other, but I think if you showed someone a Jason mask, the hockey mask, that's Jason.
Yeah. But then if you also play them, they're immediately going to say that's fucking Jason. All right, it goes hand in hand, and it heightens the experiment.
Well,
or the experience.
But the other stuff he was playing, I'd argue that other people would be like, "Oh, that sounds good." Oh, that was Jason? Okay.
No, I don't. I disagree. I really do. I think that's immediately recognizable. That has entered the cultural
you're talking about
zeitgeist.
You're talking about like the strings that he uses all throughout the film. No, I'm not talking about that.
But that's part of it. Okay, that to me is part of it.
I'm saying, like,
well, you could also say the machete is iconic because the machete is his normal weapon. But I mean,
a lot of people have used the machete. A lot of people have used the machete, and Jason has used a lot of other weapons.
Has Michael Myers ever used a machete?
He's used a lot of butcher knives, a lot of.
See, butcher knife I can kind of relate to Chucky and Michael Myers, but when it comes to Jason, I don't think Jason's had a
lot of killers have used machetes in their kills.
Jason's used a butcher knife in the films.
Okay, well,
I will agree
with
that
whatever's on hand.
Yeah, I will agree that when people think of Jason kill, they're probably picturing a machete.
Yeah,
I will agree with that. That it is his primary weapon. But no, he is a very dynamic killer, and I appreciate that about him.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that, and I feel that the machete, because I dressed up like Jason for Halloween last year, and I fucking loved it, and I bought a machete, and holding that thing and looking like Jason, it made me feel, I loved it. I loved
Little
that
Jason.
feeling. Shut the fuck up. I'm 6 foot. It's better than that.
Little Jason.
Whatever. Jesus. I didn't finish the people that played Jason. There was 2 more left, and I'm going to say this. Ken Kirsinger played the one in Freddy vs. Jason, which he was basically, I think that was the tallest, most hulking Jason that we've had. Because Kane Hodder is hulking.
The remake one would be the most.
That's Derek Mears, but
that dude's huge.
Oh yeah,
he is, and Ken Kirsinger is just as tall, I believe. And
no, he's not.
See, all right, then I'm gonna have to
look it up.
Have to look that up because that's something I did not look up. Does anybody?
I got it. Hold on.
Yeah, because we definitely have to find out.
Way to be unprepared for your fucking show.
I wasn't prepared for that part. I'm sorry. I didn't go by everybody.
People.
I should have probably just gone by everybody's single height. I could have done that, but I didn't.
I think Derek Mears is bigger.
No, he is, and
he definitely felt bigger. I will say that he definitely felt bigger.
You felt like he was bigger than Ken Kirsinger?
Bigger.
Kirsinger seemed kind of huge.
Bigger.
He did. He absolutely felt bigger. I don't know if it was the way he was shot or he was using lifts or what.
So Derek Mears is 6'5".
Okay.
That's the remake Jason.
All right, what is Ken Kirsinger?
They're the same height. 6'5".
They're the same height.
They're the same height.
See, I knew
Ron said it. He did. He did say they're the same height.
I think the reason that Kirsinger feels bigger is I think he's broader. He's stockier than the really.
Well, see, that's my least favorite looking Jason, believe it, because Freddy vs. Jason is my least favorite Jason. I don't like the way he looks.
Jason.
I don't like the look with the jacket. I don't like the mask. I don't like the whole look like that.
He worked really well. He fit really well in that movie.
It fit for Freddy vs. Jason, but I couldn't see him wearing that.
I felt like that was zombie
movies.
Jason done right.
I disagree with that because New Blood, I think, was pretty damn good for zombie Jason.
New Blood was good, but the problem was it got worse after that.
No, because I don't have an issue with Jason Goes to Hell.
Oh, gosh, that's terrible.
You said New Blood. I mean, Jason Lives?
Yeah. New Blood, he was still alive.
All right, Jason Lives. He was zombie Jason, but it wasn't my favorite one. In fact, his mask looked like it.
No. Jason Lives is where he comes back. They dig up Jarvis digs up the fucking grave.
Part 6.
The sticks the fucking goddamn the iron rod.
No, I know that.
Yeah,
but I still liked him better when he had like the ribs exposed.
Oh, yeah, but
that's New Blood.
Technically, zombie Jason, the birth of zombie Jason was in Jason Lives.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Part 6.
My bad. Sorry.
So here's a good question to ask you all. So what is your favorite Jason?
Uba Jason.
When it comes to the actor portraying the role of Jason, who would you pick? Goop. How about you?
Derek Mears.
Derek Mears.
The intensity he brought. I mean, just him running.
Running is scary as shit.
Someone coming after you running with an axe or a machete.
Yeah, no, it was intense. No, I agree. I actually agree with you on that.
That wasn't the running is not Jason to me.
No, bullshit. No,
to me, I'm saying to me. I picture Jason being that slow stalking killer who just grabs you, no matter what you fucking do, and shit like that.
So you're not a fan of the original Jasons because
no, I'm not. I even told you when we're doing the prep for this show, on phone calls, that it felt like each movie that passed, it was evolving more and more into what my mind Jason is.
All right, so who's your favorite?
Kane Hodder.
You think Kane Hodder? No, I agree with you on that. How about you, Sammy?
As far as my favorite Jason, I would have to go with.
Well, you got you got Warren Gillette in part 2.
I'm going to say it's a tie for me because I really did like Freddy vs. Jason, but
Kirsinger?
I do like Hodder as the zombie fight in New Blood.
But
so
you didn't
I'll
like him.
Say that's a tie.
You didn't like him in Jason Takes Manhattan.
God,
no, that movie was terrible.
Okay, no. Did you like Jason? You didn't take out the movie. The movie was fucking garbage.
No,
we can all agree
Jason.
that fucking movie.
But I liked him. I liked him better in New Blood than I did in Goes to Manhattan or Takes Manhattan or whatever.
Go back to the Derek Mears point. It was the cinematography also complimented how he acted.
Yes, it did.
He used the environment with him, and I felt like that added more to the intensity and like the more building of each scene for him.
You're talking about when he was going in the tunnels and everything, and to me, the scene that catches me is the beginning. Just that scene where he lunges at I don't remember the character, but he lunges at that character, and you could just see him coming forward towards the camera. That is an amazing scene with him. And did you like? But this is the question I have to ask you: did you like the potato sack or the mask on him? Because the mask, he just looked like he had a fucking big ass neck. It didn't feel like it matched up with his body, in my opinion. That's the only thing I didn't care for.
I mean, the cheesecloth did look really good on him, but yeah, the mask was fine.
You feel like the mask was gone?
I had to complete the mask with it.
I already told you.
Because you really
I already fucking told you.
No, I'm saying about the Jason mask in where Derek Mears wearing the Jason mask with this big neck and everything else. Do you think it kind of
it was the evolution that had to come. It was.
Yeah.
You know, they were trying to retell the first handful of movies in a very condensed format, and it had to get to the hockey mask point, and that's what it did.
So we're going to go ahead and talk about part 4, chapter 4, my favorite of the Friday the 13th movies. And the reason why I love this one so much is because to me, it was more entertaining. I thought the characters, which wasn't even camp counselors, it was all these kids going, partying at a house. Like I'm sorry, but the fucking twins remind me of the, what is it? The
Doublemint twins?
Yeah, the Doublemint twins. And I even tried to look online to see if it was actually the real Doublemint twins.
No,
because I think there was a joke online many times about it where it could have been, but it was just, it wasn't.
Well, because there were twins who liked to ride bicycles?
No, because it looked like them. It looked like it could have been them, but
no, it didn't. They didn't look anything.
It wasn't. I know I was wrong, but I yeah. But also the role of Crispin Glover. You had to love Crispin Glover.
We all found out why he became Willard in this movie. 100%.
The Willard.
I love everything that fucking Crispin Glover does. I really do.
I do too. Like even in what is it, Charlie's Angel with the skinny man, he's all creepy. Like he plays a creep so good that it is such a juxtaposition to see him in a like family friendly, like Back to the Future when he's George McFly and like it's so awkward, and like even in this when he's dancing like and having a stroke.
Yeah,
I can understand that, but also as much as I love Back to the Future, I would not have been surprised to find out he's a fucking kitty toucher or some shit like that.
Well, I mean, he's a peeping Tom.
Yeah, I mean, he was everything about him was just like.
Well,
aviators and a pencil thin mustache.
Yeah, I'm like no.
What did you think of Crispin Glover's dance?
Hilarious.
All right, you guys know about the dance that the song that he's dancing to is not even the song that they were originally going to have.
No, I didn't.
It doesn't match up. The original song was supposed to be AC/DC Back in Black. That was the original song, and actually they did.
It still doesn't work in my mind.
No, not even a little bit.
Because the song that they picked for is a band called Lion, Love Is a Lie. But originally they recorded Back in Black in the background, and that's what he was dancing to, but they couldn't get the licensing for
That's
it.
how he dances to Back in Black?
That's
still
how
terrible.
he danced to Back in Black, yeah.
You know what? Now I feel like I need to watch it and play Back in Black while I'm watching it and see what the hell is wrong with him.
He was trying to show off for that girl, the twins.
But he got laid. He got it.
Tiny strokes.
Go Tina.
Do you think he purposely
such
chose
a
to
whore,
dance
man.
that way and so awkwardly to fit with his character? You know how in his own head
I think that's
that a
just
fucking
him,
dead fuck of a character he was.
He's always been known as a very strange actor altogether, even in the actor wise, just as personal wise. But I don't know. That seemed very him. Because
no, I can totally see him being that way, but also he has to know how fucking weird he looks when he does that shit.
Well, when I first saw that, I thought
he's killing it. Okay, maybe he's like, I got this.
Well, when I first saw that, I thought that was just some type of 80s dance, and I was trying to see if that was actually a real dance, but it was like he was sticking his hands out and going back. It was
the 80s was fucking retarded, but not that retarded. Okay?
I know, but that's what I mean. I've never seen that dance before, but that it's pretty iconic. I think it's pretty
Maybe he was hopped up in Quaaludes. We don't know.
When I first saw
Quaaludes,
him,
you don't look like that. I'm just saying. You don't
true.
move like
Counters?
that. Yes. Exactly.
Sorry, we're methamphetamines a thing.
Crawling for the car.
Yes.
Oh,
yes. Exactly.
Yes.
That's luge right there for you. Okay. Not that weird spastic fucking movement.
Sorry.
I'm
thinking methamphetamine. Excuse me.
Yeah, when I
Meth
first
is
saw Crispin Glover, I was seriously thought it was Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell.
Really?
It's the hair. It's that fluffy hair and the. I could see that.
So, anyways, part 4 is also there's also another thing that I saw in part 4 in the beginning. There's a lot of similarities to Halloween 2 because it takes place inside the fucking hospital with the morgue. I mean, it's not much, but I just kind of saw with that nurse and that fucking
Lenny. Watching that, the video, I was like, God, that reminds me of Lenny.
Yep.
Which one? The video?
The doctor that gets killed.
Oh, yeah, the one that does like this ultra weird fucking cursing that he does, like holy motherfucking Christmas Mary shit or something. I mean, he was just going
I wonder if he had Tourette's, honestly.
It was a weird...
He like went into like a bout of it like, shit fuck, stick. It's like, what the hell, dude?
Shit fuck.
Christmas. Like, what?
I saw in the trivia that they, when Jason's hand came out,
yeah,
apparently they said cut, but they kept on. Some of the people kept recording, so they kept the scene in there. It was supposed to be in there.
Oh, really?
Oh, so that's a real scare. Shit, I didn't know that. Great research, Goot. So overall, I think this movie is so much entertaining because, like I said, the characters are great. I love the fucking Crispin Glover and also the other dude.
Teddy?
Yeah.
Oh, I hated him.
I hated fucking Teddy. I fucking hated Teddy.
Well, that
so
scene in
annoying.
the back of the station, that was a station wagon by the chance. You guys remember station wagons?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Them sitting in the back of the station wagon, and he's like pouncing on his little
Hold on, do you
computer.
think we wouldn't remember station wagons?
I didn't say that, did I?
Do you guys remember station wagons?
Well, I'm just saying, do you
Hey,
guys,
do you guys remember Beatles?
all right, fuck
You guys remember Beatles? Hey, do you remember sedans? Do you remember convertibles? How the fuck can we not remember goddamn station wagons?
I remember. All right, there you go. We all remember station wagons. Do you remember station wagons, Goo?
You fucking retard.
I'm sorry.
I'm a few years younger than you guys.
Hey, my parents owned a station wagon, so I remember that. But the fact that they were sitting in the back. What are you laughing at?
It's so random. My parents owned a station wagon.
Well, because I know what a station wagon is
Random.
like. I don't know. It was so random.
It's like, I remember being a kid and like, you'd see them everywhere. You're like, my parents own one. As if that was the only reason like you remembered them. Not like they were a common car. That like you just saw them.
National Lampoon's Vacation.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Oh, yeah.
That was a station wagon.
Yeah. That fucking green beast of a fucking car.
It's beautiful, though. Beautiful car.
I did like the ability to sit backwards in it. Like that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. But overall, the whole little scene with Crispin Glover and Teddy talking about you're a dumb fuck.
Dead fuck.
Dead fuck.
Dead fuck.
Did I say dumb? Sorry.
Yes.
Dead fuck. And
Computer says you're a dead fuck.
Teddy was like feeling like he was he knew everything about women, but really he was horrible at it. He couldn't even fucking get laid. He was sitting there watching that fucking antique porn.
He's the
want to kiss a teddy
epitome
bear?
of all.
Hold on, that porn was funny as shit. I will agree with Teddy that shit was fucking hilarious.
Oh, you thought it was
if
pretty-
I was fucking lit off my fucking gourd and that shit was fucking playing, I would have been just like fucking Teddy, laughing my ass off watching that.
Cuddling to a little teddy bear also.
Oh
my God.
The fucking vintage, different nationalities that it's supposed to be. And just garbage that it was. And I was laughing at how ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true.
I would have walked outside and started crying.
And jerking off.
Oh, fuck, man. So, anyways,
disturbing visual.
so what did you all think
You've
of?
seen that numerous times. Okay.
What did you all think of Tommy Jarvis? I know you did not like Corey Feldman's character.
It is his fault. It is his fault. Fuck Tommy Jarvis. He should be fucking burning in hell because of him releasing fucking Jason back to every single death that fucking happened after Jason lives and on. It's all Tommy Jarvis' fault.
But that didn't happen in part 4. He was just an innocent little kid.
I just said Tommy Jarvis. I just said Tommy Jarvis.
He was
Fuck
also
Tommy
a peeping
Jarvis.
Tom. He also was a very lucky kid getting to see a whole bunch of girls out there
hold on.
skinny dipping.
Okay.
No, the first.
I've seen nudity when I was that age and shit like that. I was not acting like a goddamn spastic fuck that motherfucker was.
Oh, the way he was jumping around
like,
in his bed.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! There's boobies! Oh! All right, and just fucking flipping his shit. All
He
right.
probably never saw that shit at that age. I mean, how old was he? Probably like 10 years old, 11 years old?
I definitely saw fucking tits before I was fucking that age.
Well, I figure you did. But I mean, what I'm saying is him, though, he probably didn't see him at that age.
I don't care.
All he saw was the girl's back.
First time you saw tits?
No.
Did you fucking act like a goddamn spastic fuck?
Probably.
Oh wait, never mind. I'm wrong.
Oh, does he still do it to this day?
You heard how he's like, the best scene in that movie were boobs or just myrrh. Best scene.
Boobs
in
are
that-
amazing. I am absolutely saying
I'm sorry,
I love
but-
No,
boobs.
it
Part
is a
5.
shitty. It's a shitty movie, and you're like, yeah, but it had the best tit shot. It's
It
great.
did. I'm sorry. It had the best tit shot in the whole.
So
whole
there you go.
saga, in
Could
my
you
opinion.
imagine? And now exponentially
Although,
make him younger.
no,
Yeah,
Part
boom, ah,
All those-
Part 4 had the best, hottest girls there.
Which one?
Yes.
Part 4?
Yes.
No.
What, you don't think so?
First off,
I thought
I'm-
Sam was hot.
Sam.
She was from Weird Science. She was the one that gets stabbed in the raft outside the water.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I would agree that maybe overall the most amount of hot girls, consistently, but not the hottest girls.
Okay.
All right, I would say.
So what would you say is the hottest girls out of the whole?
Okay, Jason X that had those fucking, first of all, I really dug the sex
You
robot.
talking about the fucking?
I really dug the sex
You
robot.
talking about the one with the nipple that kept falling off? Oh my god!
I really dug the sex
I
robot.
hated her bowl cut. I'm sorry, she wasn't.
But
attractive to me.
but just knowing what she was willing to do, everything.
Yeah.
All right. The
Boy,
almost
Susan's some
goth,
robotic sex here.
like future goth girl and shit like that. Well,
Yeah.
all right. Just just the way they carry themselves and just being confident in their sexuality fucking ramped up the hotness factor.
No, I guess I have to agree on that, but I think I do agree with Groot, though,
I'm
that part
pass
4
on this because I'm a female at this
So?
point. No,
You can't. You can appreciate beauty.
Appreciate the males. There's a lot. I figured you
There
like. I thought you liked the guy in the fucking New Blood.
Spuds.
You didn't like New Blood?
All dead
Spuds.
Really? Every single one out of
Whatever.
every
You want to
single movie.
bang Crispin Glover?
No. As he's convulsing.
Exactly.
All
No.
dead fucks.
that he really was a dead fuck. I would be like, no.
You didn't think Crispin Glover was cute at all?
No. Especially when he started filleting the girls after.
But also your choice in men kind of leaves room for desire.
You were a fucking asshole.
Was it Joseph Zito? He directed 3 movies before this. One in 1980 where there was a sexually frustrated young man who kills prostitutes.
Nice.
That sounds like the plot of about 14 different movies.
Sounds like Maniac.
It's called Blood Rage in 1980.
I've never seen that one.
And then 1981.
That's ringing a bell to me.
Blood Rage?
Yeah, Blood Rage.
Blood Rage.
B movie?
Probably worse than that.
Okay.
C movie.
Then,
D movie?
Then Prowler, 1981.
Oh, I saw Prowler. Yes, I saw Prowler.
That was a good one.
Yes.
The other thing about Joseph Zito is that Ted White, who played Jason, did not get along with Joseph Zito. In fact, he wanted to be uncredited from the film. So Ted White was uncredited from Final Chapter because of how he did not like working with Joseph Zito, to the point where he didn't want to be any part of that movie. But now he will go to the
fuck Ted White
conventions.
No, I think Ted White was a good fucking Jason.
No. Fuck Ted White. If you are wanting to distance yourself, then don't fucking goddamn claim the fucking role later on in life. Fuck you. All right. All right. No, you should sign up. If you aren't being credited, fuck you. You don't get to goddamn show up and cash in on that.
But Joseph Zito was also very hard on the actress who played Sam because he made her. Did she get frostbite? I thought she got hypothermia.
Same.
Yeah,
she got both.
I'm not saying I'm not saying Zito was a fucking good director in any way, shape, or fucking form, but fucking goddamn Hitchcock was a fucking asshole to his fucking people. All right, still a great goddamn director.
Stanley Kubrick.
Kubrick, absolutely. That's who was exactly my next person.
No, he was an asshole.
Fucking asshole to his goddamn people.
But his movies are fucking classics.
Yeah, no.
I fucking love his movies. So
I still think Shelley Long
there is
has not
nothing
recovered
stopping
from The
them
Shining.
from if they don't get along. There's been plenty of actors who just
No way.
walk away.
That is a
walk the
broken-
fuck away from the
broken
goddamn
person
movie.
for the rest of
If
their
you
life.
don't want to be credited with it, then just fucking walk away from it.
No,
you don't claim that shit.
I can stand by that. But what were the other 2 films that he did?
It was the Prowler, and then before that, 1975.
I've seen the Prowler.
1975 was Abduction. Was a wealthy daughter was kidnapped by left-wing terrorists.
That was not ringing a bell.
Yeah, never saw that one.
It's funny because Sean S. Cunningham, who directed the first one, also used to direct softcore porn.
With a name like Cunningham. Then yes.
Yeah.
That was part 7.
No, not part 7. No, the first director of the first movie, Friday the 13th.
The one that came up with the whole concept, the name of it, everything. He was in softcore porn before he got into it.
Yeah, he because I watched the documentary Crystal Lake Memories. I don't know if you've seen that one. A 6-hour version documentary just on the Jason Voorhees films, which is I suggest anybody to watch it.
I didn't even know
It's very
there was softcore porn in the 70s. It felt like you were either fucking porn or you weren't.
No, there was
erotica.
For some reason, softcore porn possibly. I'm thinking like Skinamax.
Well, softcore porn.
That's when I think like softcore porn existed. Is the Skinamax time?
No, they had it back then in the 70s. They have it also in the 60s too. Yeah. So
okay, I don't see why you would bother then. Why don't you just make fucking regular hardcore porn? I mean, if you're gonna do it, I mean, they're all. I'm assuming softcore porn wasn't being shown in main theaters, so they're only being shown in the fucking the XXX theaters.
Yeah.
All right. So why would you even bother a softcore porn at that point?
Why are you even turning to me? I'm a chick. You have I love it. Like he's like, why, Sammy? And I'm like, not the right horse for this race. Just saying.
But you are the right whore for this race.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, people have weird fetishes and imaginations.
Maybe. This is a very eclectic conversation that we're having. I'm enjoying it.
So the 4th installment of the Jason movies.
I'm just like silent right now because I'm just like, how did we get into fucking porn?
Because you guys were like, which ones were hottest? Which ones had the best moon? Rabbit hole porn.
There you go.
I said part 4 had the hottest woman.
Yeah, see.
No, but I agree with you on that
started,
one.
and then you two literally took it and then rabbit-holed it into, how the hell did softcore porn, why was that even a thing? Bah, bah, bah.
It doesn't mean it's a waste of time. It's a waste of fucking film.
And that, listeners, was Stu having synaptic misfires.
So overall, the Corey Feldman playing Tommy Jarvis. You didn't.
Fuck Corey Feldman.
I know. You don't like Corey Feldman?
He's amazing.
I like some of the films that he's done.
But you didn't like him as Tommy.
I didn't like the whole character. I really fucking didn't, as that he was portraying in that film. I didn't fucking like him at all. I thought that was a wrong fucking choice at the end of the fucking film. Him going fucking weird shaved head. I am identifying.
You didn't like the
we
shot?
just went fucking
I
have the
understand, but
conversation.
Why would Jason know it was him as a kid?
Yeah,
because he sees his mom just like he's like. I think
it was poor writing. It was poor execution. Altogether, it was garbage.
All because he saw that newspaper ad. He said the kid that looked like Jason. Why would he do that? And Jason look at him weird, like, "Oh, is that me?"
Yeah,
that part never made sense to me.
It doesn't. It was weak writing.
Which, by the way, that I have to bring up that my wife was watching the whole thing when he was going in the tent and showing the little news clippings, and you see basically a selfie.
You see a selfie of Jason as if he's like posing for the camera, like.
Nah.
I just murdered 5 teenagers. I even said, I'm watching it because, we binge watched all of these films, and I never even realized that. And I'm like, where the fuck did they get the selfie of Jason? Honestly, it looks like, yes, I just killed 5 teenagers. It was ridiculous.
Like a complete,
well, he would be proud of it.
Yes, if they were to catch him on film, and then he stabbed the cameraman.
He'd be grabbing them by the fucking head and pulling up the whole body. You know what I did?
I
see what I did?
I did good, Mom. Mom's happy. Yay.
But I'm not gonna lie, I disagree. I think that Jason was kind of just out of his mind. I mean, the whole thing because he was hearing his mom talking to him, constantly telling him to kill. So,
but that wasn't with that was in the second film.
I know,
not
but
the
him
fourth
seeing
film.
his younger self, just like it kind of related basically to part 2 when he saw.
It was a blatant fucking
it
ripoff
was
of
weak.
them trying to redo it. It was weak writing. It was weak execution.
I don't agree.
Altogether,
I don't
it was
agree.
fucking weak.
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it worked out pretty good. And it became Tommy Jarvis became a good villain to Jason.
So by that logic, you're standing toe to toe with Ted Bundy, and you're like, I look like you as a kid. Don't murder me, and then you kill him. Like, no, it's stupid. It's weak. It doesn't make sense.
Jason isn't a smart person. That's the thing. I don't see him as being smart.
He managed to survive.
This motherfucker lived.
He survived for 20 years in the woods.
Could you live for 20 years in the fucking woods by yourself?
No,
you couldn't. You'd be fucking dead within a week.
We've all watched that freaking show, Naked and Afraid. They don't even barely make 21 days.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you.
Just saying. He can't be unable to function. I'm sorry, no. And then if you go by the remake standard and he's mole person, again, that's engineering. You have to realize how to do it.
Do you think that any of these movies have good writing in it at all in the first place?
No, the first one. No, the first film has solid.
No, well, the first one was a blatantly rip-off
for
Halloween.
Except for
you're right,
Mrs. Voorhees. The tirade at the end. I thought overall the entire fucking script was weak as shit, but her tirade at the fucking end was on point.
See, and that's to me what saved it was Betsy Palmer.
Yes.
Well, yes, because it builds upon the lore and the urban legend of Jason. That's how you build upon it. Because what other franchise could do this, where you have the main killer and he's not in the movie till part 2? Because this movie comes off of Halloween. It's like, okay, this is good. And part 2 is like, oh, this is amazing. Then part 3D.
But it felt like to me that Jason 2 comes around and it's like they had no idea that they were setting up a horror legacy, with Friday the 13th.
Well, no, what they were trying to do is they were trying to copy off what Halloween did with Michael Myers, and basically a silent, mute killer with a mask. But the thing is, that didn't happen until.
But that didn't even happen. No, exactly. Part 1 was just this fucking wild goddamn killer.
Yeah.
They don't know what the fuck's going on and shit like that. And then it's going to be a woman who's, which was also a stroke of genius making it a fucking woman, even though every goddamn kill shot, she seemed way too fucking strong for.
Well, you realize the hands.
It was Tom Savini.
Exactly. Every fucking kill shot, you're like,
Which,
I did love that.
That's not Mr.
I
Voorhees.
love that watching that.
How do you
and
guys?
your head's off, and you see these gnarly knuckle man hands.
Yes.
It's so good.
So,
God,
but
I
it was
love
still a really smart move to cast, the killer as a woman in the original Friday 13th, and
Because I don't think anybody expected it.
and not just a woman, but
it hadn't been done.
but an older woman,
Yeah.
and an older
And a
woman
mother.
who had a
mother,
reason. Yes.
yeah, a mother,
Yes.
and all of these things. It was a stroke of genius
Yeah.
because it flipped an incomplete horror trope on itself.
Yeah, and so
never been done.
I think that's why it got so much love and so much appreciation, is because it wasn't just some poor copycat. It was something that had a good creative idea, and people appreciated that creativity, which rocketed to stardom. And they're like, okay, let's make a fucking sequel. Yeah. Oh shit, we kind of painted ourselves into a fucking corner here by chopping that bitch's head off.
But they also put it in. They also put it related almost to like Norman Bates and his mother with Jason and his. Jason and his mother at all. It was like kind of the same type of story with Norman Bates and everything.
But it was Norman Bates was
reversed.
It wasn't the mother doing the fucking killing. It was Norman Bates being fucking goddamn psychotic. All right, that's what.
No, what I'm saying is like part two. Like part two, when he leaves the shrine of his mother on that little table in the head, it reminded me of Psycho.
And that was part two. That was them after they painted themselves in the fucking corner. Yeah, and realizing that we can cash this fucking goddamn money in right now by immediately putting out a fucking sequel as quick as we fucking can. Yeah. Okay, let's just do something. That's why you have goddamn Wolfman Jason. All right, they didn't fucking goddamn what
Wolfman.
Wasn't that goddamn Wolfman Jason?
Never heard of it.
Okay, no.
What is Wolfman Jason?
When he's busting through the glass and shit like that.
Oh, you're talking about
comes off and he's like, ah!
It looks like a retarded werewolf.
It does.
All right.
Well, see, that's gonna go back. That's gonna go back to something that I'm gonna say.
Yes.
Jason Unmasked out of the first part two.
Definitely not two. Definitely not part two.
I agree, and not 3 either. 3's fucking goofy as fuck. I don't like part 3, especially when he gets unmasked. He does that smile and then he puts his.
They
mask
did a
back
good
on.
job of evolving Jason to finding the perfection. They really do.
To me, his perfection was part 4 when Tom Savini came back to do the special, because Tom Savini did the special effects for the first one, which I thought were. And what?
I disagrry. Sorry.
You don't think Tom Savini did a good job?
No. I don't think that's the best.
No, that's not Jason.
I don't think
the
that's
best
the
rendition.
best.
No, the best face. Like I'm not talking.
I don't
about
think that's
zombies.
the best face.
All right.
Why can't Zombie Jason be in there?
All right. No, I'm talking about as the real live Jason, not zombie Jason. Which one would you say is the better one? And I think it's part 4.
Yeah, I'll give you that, just because it evolves and so like that. They go from retarded werewolf up to that finally.
Retarded werewolf. That's
werewolf with mange.
I mean, it was bad.
I call him Hillbilly Jason. That's what he looks like to me, especially with the overalls.
I can understand that. I guess.
Is it terrible though that Django and Chain really did ruin that scene for me, because I always think of the scene where they're talking about the sax for the Ku Klux
I can't
Klan.
see shit.
Yes.
Don't ask me, am I for nothing? You ungrateful sons of bitches. Such a great scene. Oh my gosh. But sadly, again, it's one of those things where now when I watch what I feel is one of the strongest in the series, it really does make me laugh now because I can't take it seriously.
What is your favorite live version, Jason? I'm just curious.
I agree with you, part 4.
Thank you.
Because, having Savini there and at the end where it gets cut in the face, his whole face comes apart.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's cool.
yes. No, that part where, especially when the machete is going down and he fell on the machete and he's going straight through and you can see his eye moving. Oh, that's Tom Savini special effects that I love. I love the fact that
Savini is a god.
Yes.
All right, he really is.
I love Tom Savini. I appreciate it. If you're ever listening to the show, which I'm sure you're not, I love you. You are amazing.
Why do we keep giving these fucking shout outs to people we know will never, ever hear this shit?
Because someday.
Let me go ahead and shout out to goddamn Wes Craven. I'm sure he's listening in his fucking goddamn crypt somewhere. Okay. God damn.
Oh, man.
You sure think a lot about us, don't you?
I'm not the one who
We have our one fan. We have our one fan on the show right now. Everything else is crickets out there.
Going back to the best version of Tommy, it makes me laugh. He tries so hard to kill Jason, but at the end of part 6, he doesn't even check to make sure he's dead.
No, lazy. Fucking lazy.
Just to go back on stage.
No, fuck Tommy Jarvis.
Yeah, he just got to a point where he's like, I'm done. Like,
So
I don't
you
even care.
said you like
And he's fucking standing in the beginning when he's
not that
in the
bad.
fucking pouring down rain, just trying to light that match.
Oh my God.
Fuck you, Tommy. You deserve to fucking die. You deserve to burn in hell. I hope when Jason goes to hell, he is raping you with a machete.
You really
Fuck
hate
you,
Tommy Jarvis, don't you?
Yes.
You've never liked any of Tommy Jarvis in the movies.
No, I liked him when he was in the fucking crazy camp.
So you liked him in part 5 more?
I like, hell yes. That was the only one that made logical sense to me.
So part 6 where...
No, and then all of a sudden, in part 6, he's all of a sudden this fucking, like, I don't know, I took him as this goddamn, jock, winner type guy in life and shit like that. Fuck you.
And even when he's driving there and he's like, a guy with him is like, well, back at the asylum, he doesn't look like he did any time in an asylum. He doesn't look like anything.
No.
He looks like he walked off a freaking LL Bean ad.
I think they tried to erase part 5 off the map and just...
Why?
Because it didn't... Well...
It's the one that made the most logical sense for the character.
But you didn't
Jason wasn't there, though. That's why.
I don't care if Jason wasn't fucking there.
Well, he was
in the
in
dreams.
Spirit.
And then Tommy Jarvis almost became the next Jason because he put
that.
the
I
mask
hated
on.
that. That I did not like. That was just, again, I felt like that was such
that's a trope. That's a trope.
See,
that's
that
in a lot
felt
of
like
movies.
to me Freddy 2.
Yeah,
they're riding the
again.
coattails because I'm pretty sure that Jason probably came out not too long after Freddy 2. All right, and they're trying to ride that type of coattails.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Because they were making every movie 1 year from one year from each other.
Yeah, which is really cool.
They're just pumping them out.
Because Jason Goes to Hell came out in 1990. It took a long time for Jason to end up in space. Leprechaun did it in part 4, Leprechaun in Space, I believe.
I've never seen any of the Leprechaun movies.
Hellraiser.
I haven't.
What?
I love Warwick. I love
Warwick
him.
Davis? How can you
I do.
not fucking seen the Leprechaun movies?
I've never seen him.
A friend with weed is a friend indeed.
He had Jennifer Aniston.
Leprechaun in the Hood.
In her breakout role.
In the first movie, yes.
Yeah.
You had the fat retard who I can't remember his fucking name, but has been in everything.
It's not the Jack Black. That was in I Know What You Did Last Summer 2? Or Still Know What You Did Last Summer?
What is that guy's name? But he's in everything.
I feel like I should know who this person is because you're like, he's like, he was in everything.
But other than Jason X going to space, you had Hellraiser 4, Bloodlines. Then you had
Everything goes to space.
You know what? Nightmare on Elm Street never went to space.
Thank God.
You don't like when they go to space?
No.
Mark Holton.
Let me
Hold
see
on.
a picture.
Yeah, hold on.
I have to see a
I'm getting-
picture.
Mark is saying the name. I love how you're like, this guy. Nothing. Oh, that dude.
Oh, I know who that is.
Oh.
Yes, he dies in part 5.
Yes. Was it part 5? Was that the most one of the newer ones? One of the newest ones? Where like her Jennifer Aniston's daughter or someone comes back and shit like that to the same house? Because that's the one he actually died in. Is Warwick? Not Warwick, Leprechaun. Leprechaun actually comes back because.
Are we going to address where Jason's sister came from?
He was in Jason part 5.
Oh, I think in Leprechaun 5. I'm sorry, where he died. Okay.
Jason's sister and Jason Goes to Hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, they bring up the half sister.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
What? That again?
That was them. That was
writing.
them once again trying to set up something else,
It's
and didn't
garbage.
work out.
But
garbage.
she was shocked because when we watched Jason Goes to Hell, and then we saw the whole scene that we talked about in our Evil Dead series about the Book of the Dead being a little cameo.
Well, yeah,
You think that kind of fit in there.
That's what I
perfectly.
really appreciated. I really appreciate horror movies giving shout outs to other horror movies.
Yeah, no,
recognize them.
including one Ron did not know, but when she's talking about the guy she just took the cop car and she's back at the station. She's like, oh, out by the old Myers place.
Yes.
He didn't know that was Halloween reference.
See, the thing is, no, I didn't, and she looked it up online, and it showed up perfectly for that.
Well, because at that point we'd seen the Necronomicon. We knew at the end that Jason's hand was, or not Jason, Freddy's hand was going to come out. And I'm sitting there, and as soon as she said Myers, I was like,
it's a shout outs to the shoulders of giants that they're standing on.
yeah, no, and I thought it was great. I did like Kane Hodder making fun of himself, and he's like, he looked like a giant pussy.
Yep.
I was like, ha,
Yep.
ha, ha, ha.
Well, that
That's
was Kane.
funny.
That was Kane Hodder's arm.
Yeah.
That was Freddy's arm.
Oh, when he was coming out, that Kane Hodder was wearing.
Jason Goes to Hell.
That's kind of funny. So the basically Kane Hodder. Yeah, that's right, because he said in the series he got to play Freddy with Freddy's arms. He got to be both the Freddy and Jason. So I didn't even think about that. That's all.
But you can also tell just because he was too big for Robert Englund's arm. It was when it came through.
It was a massive
It was
arm.
immediately able to tell that's not fucking Robert Englund.
Yeah, but how about the laugh? Was that Robert Englund's laugh?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That was his laugh.
I think that was just a dub from previous thing. Yeah,
okay.
he didn't come in and record it. It was just a dub.
Well, after that, see, I think that came out in 1990, and Freddy vs. Jason didn't come out till like 2003, 2002 or something like that. So it was almost like 13 years because it was in development hell. There was even a time where they were going to have like an Ash versus Jason and a Freddy versus Jason versus Ash.
Yes.
And I loved even...
that would have been amazing to watch.
It would have been great.
Can you imagine?
It would have been amazing. But I also like, even in Bride of Chucky, you have the claw, Freddy's claw, you have Jason's mask and all of that, like hanging out in the storage locker.
Yep, at the beginning when Tiffany is grabbing up Chucky's remains from Child's Play 3. Yep, you're right about that. But final chapter, to me, I still like the ending. I thought it was good. I actually enjoyed watching Corey Feldman just hack away at Jason and saying, die. I
feel like 2 dies would have been sufficient. He says it like a bazillion times.
Well, then, I mean, it also explains how he goes to the asylum because he's basically going crazy, you know?
Where'd his sister go? Where'd Trish go?
She's just like, peace out, motherfucker, you crazy fuck.
She committed him and walked away.
You fucking bald-headed motherfucker, fuck you.
Oh, man.
Mom's dead. I got Gordon. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Friday the 13th, part 4, chapter 4, is still my ultimate favorite. I think it flows better. I still enjoy the most out of it. I think it's the best one in the series. I like the Jason in it. Even though I like Kane Hodder Jason, I thought that Ted White, the way that his movements are and also the way that he does his kills, I thought it just looked better. I thought he moved with a little bit of speed that I enjoyed. I thought all the teens did really good because when you think about it, every single movie has a different group of teens. And, just like you said, that they had the most...
What, they don't keep bringing back the same fucking teens to die over and over again?
No.
Really. Surprise.
No,
they have the same, they have fucking new teens? Oh, my goodness.
Each movie, I just think that group of teens I enjoyed watching more than the other ones, in my opinion. Like, the first ones are very iconic, especially with, like, Kevin Bacon and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's just like Crispin Glover, the guy who played Teddy.
Paul was a dick.
You didn't like him?
He was a dick.
No, he wasn't. He was
sitting there rubbing up on freaking Tina from the Double Mint Slutty's cousins and freaking ignoring his girlfriend, who then just goes out and gets shanked in a freaking raft.
She went skinny dipping, and then she paid the price for it.
That's right. Yes,
she was a whore. Which is the big rules, like I think we talked about in Scream. If you ever have sex or if you ever do drugs, you ever go skinny dipping, you're going to get fucked up by Jason.
That's right.
Seriously.
Jason preaching abstinence.
That's right. Jason is a tool of God.
So what did y'all think of Rob the hitchhiker, him coming into the story?
I actually liked it because it goes back to the whole story about part 2.
I laughed when he died. He's killing me.
That part, I was a little shocked about that because how many times he could say, he's killing me.
It reminds me of Scary Movie.
Away. He's killing me.
In Scary Movie when she's like, they're killing him. Like, it was just so bad.
It was a little garden tool.
It was so bad. Oh my gosh. And then the chick, she's just standing there just screaming. And I love how she can't make a decision about going down or going upstairs. Leave the house. Leave the house.
What's the dude's name that was in, because he was also from that show that was in the remake. What was the show that with the two guys that
You're talking about Supernatural?
Supernatural was the
Jared
guy
Padalecki.
That reminds you of from him?
Yes, because
except that Jared doesn't scream like a little bitch, going, "He's killing me."
No, I mean, actually, he survives, doesn't he?
He survives.
But
yes, as he should.
Hold on. I almost feel like it was an homage.
Hold on. How tall was that, Jason?
Ooh, 6'5".
6'5". And
I think Jared Padalecki is...
He's 6'4".
Oh, okay. I thought he was taller than that.
No, he's 6'4".
Okay.
I would know. I IMDb him. The guy I would bang in the Jason series.
Was taller than that.
I totally forgot he was in the remake.
He was taller than that blonde-haired guy that screamed like a girl when he...
Jared Padalecki, or however you pronounce it, is 6'4". He's a tall dude.
I know, but the blonde guy, the one that was a jerk in the remake...
King douchebag?
Yeah, dude.
He was shorter than him because when they were standing against each other and he didn't care, but...
No, they weren't. No way. That is not accurate.
What?
Maybe no.
What are you checking?
Shorter than him, yes.
No, he was shorter. That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to IMDb, the other dude's height. His name is Travis Van Winkle.
Oof.
That's the name of the douchey blonde dude.
Travis Van Winkle?
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
What's his height?
All right, give me a second.
12'7".
He's only 6 foot.
He's 6 foot.
He's only 6 foot.
And the other dude's 6'3".
6'4".
6'4". And what was Derek? Mears?
6'5".
6'5".
6'5".
Wow. I didn't know he was that tall. What's the other guy in Supernatural? Isn't he short?
Oh, you're talking about Dean?
No, he's like 6'2", and I think Castiel was like 6 foot. It was weird. All the major actors on that show were tall, and so it made everybody else seem so much smaller than them.
So, Ron, what is your favorite kill in part 4?
My favorite kill in part 4 is, believe it or not from Jason. It's actually Corey Feldman's hacking away at Jason.
Special effects always get you.
Yes, no, I'm sorry. That to me was the best part. You see that slow motion machete kill of just Corey Feldman just hacking at Jason afterwards. I thought that was the best kill. But if I were to say his second play, if I would say Jason's favorite kill was out in the raft with Sam. I thought that was really in a way, it's kind of been happening in every single film because it happened in the first one with Kevin Bacon inside the bed where you see the fucking arrowhead going through his neck. That's happened in basically almost every single film in a certain way of the body just going through. And that one was like underneath the raft.
You like penetration?
Yes, I like the penetration of the arrow. You fucking ass. But yeah, no, good question. What would you think is your favorite kill?
It's a mix between like Jimmy, the dead fuck, being killed with the corkscrew and the machete right to the face, or Tina being thrown out the window to the car. That was
a good stunt too, because you see her just tumbling out and just falling down. That was a really good stunt.
It was all her.
Yeah. Which one was the one I'm trying to remember? Because now I'm thinking is the one where you see it from upside down, where the camera is like looking up, and as he's doing the handstand.
Oh yeah, he's
was
doing
that
the
part 3?
Handstand.
Yeah,
that
was part 3,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was trying to remember. Is this the freaking kill scene? Yeah, but I'm sorry, the raft scene is my favorite. How about you, Stu?
In all the Jasons?
No, I'm talking about
just in part 4.
But we'll go on a rant about what is the best kill out of every single film. Like I mean, one out of all the films.
I'm gonna have to probably go with Tina. I'll probably have to go with Tina.
Be the one being thrown out the window.
Just from that one film. Yeah, I'll have to agree with Tina.
All right, how about you, Sammy?
For kill, I'd have to agree. I'd have to go with Tina just because that was a really cool stunt. But for what happens after, like post, well, actually, I don't know, because we don't know if all we see with Crispin is him get stabbed and then he's like freaking like pinned to the outside of the house. I'm gonna go with Crispin. I'm sorry, that's a cool kill. And then later on he like rips him down off of it, and you just see like Savini's like ripping the hand and everything, and the practical effects. So no, I'm gonna go with Crispin.
But that's not a kill. That's not a kill right there. That is.
I don't know, because
he had
to kill him to put him there. He's
but
dead.
He was already dead at that point.
We don't know that though. Because all you see is him get hit with in the hand.
No, and then you see
and then he gets hit
in the face with a hat.
Oh, you're right. Okay, then I'll have to go with Tina.
Yeah.
So why about the raft made it special for you?
I just thought that it was a very good scene because
he enjoyed watching her swim out to it.
It kind of reminded me of Jaws in a way, because it was just she was out in the water and she just all of a sudden just gets what?
Every water kill reminds you of Jaws?
No, that's just I thought it was a good kill. I thought the whole thing with the what did he stab with her inside the raft? Was
harpoon?
It? Yeah, it was like a harpoon just going right up from underneath.
Harpoon gun.
I'm sorry, and also she was naked. So
wow.
Okay.
Just wow.
I wish to play the music now.
I thought since we didn't have Lenny, the horn dog aspect would be played down a little bit, but
Nope.
You are just raising that right back up.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Next subject. So overall, what is the best kill out of the whole Friday the 13th saga? Goot, let's start with you. Your favorite kill out of the whole saga?
It's definitely a tough question. There's so many good kills. Like, you bring out part 3 with a guy doing a handstand, gets split right down the middle.
Or the part where the guy gets squeezed, his head gets squeezed, and you just see the eye pop out.
Yeah, the 3D version, yeah.
Yeah, which actually, I bought the Shout Factory collector's edition of Friday the 13th, and it comes with the 3D version, and we have a 3D TV, so we actually got to watch Friday the 13th in 3D for the first time. Not real nice 3D, not wearing those like red and blue glasses.
Yeah.
It's actually the really nice 3D, and it actually was pretty cool. But you notice that a lot of stuff that they showed in 3D really wasn't even the horror. It was basically just like yo-yos coming to the screen or a bat coming to the screen.
Oh, we're 3D. Look at this, man.
Snake. I think a snake like lunges. When there like a scene where a snake lunges or something like that.
That poor snake got murdered.
No, not that
hand
one.
me that thing.
Oh
yeah. My God, 3D.
Did you know that in Friday the 13th Part 1,
snake got murdered.
that snake that's a real snake kill right there. They did a real, they apologized in the documentary, the actors that, we did kill a real snake, but,
those bastards.
Yeah, so.
What surprised me more with part 3, it was filmed more during the day, during the daytime to have the 3D effect, because you couldn't film during the nighttime.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that amazed me.
So was that your favorite kill right there?
I think it was Jason X. The girl getting her face in the cryogenic bath and smashed right there.
Oh, yeah.
So satisfying.
That was a good kill.
Yeah, no, it was. No, I know. So how about you, Stu? What's yours?
Also Jason X, but even though I don't classify this as a true kill because it was holographic, but the throwback to the earlier film where he's picking up the girl in the sleeping bag and just beating her against a tree.
Yes.
And the girl just laughing the entire time because it's a fucking holograph.
Yeah.
Just to keep goading fucking Jason on. Holographic.
No, you said it was a holograph. It's a hologram.
Okay. I very well. Where's their horn?
Hey, you
where's their horn? So just it to me, it was a very creative way to distract Jason, to feed on his urges that worked so well, and just to have fun. And it felt like Jason was having fun with it. It was like, yes, I get to fucking beat this bitch against a tree. Yay.
See, the thing is that's an homage to the New Blood when that first happened. But the only thing that sucks about New Blood is that movie was horribly cut up. MPAA really hacked the hell out of that movie, because there's deleted scenes where you see him hitting the sleeping bag at least multiple times, but in the movie, the cut that came out, the theatrical cut, it was just one slam against a tree. In Jason X, wasn't it multiple slams?
He just kept fucking doing it.
Yeah,
and the entire time the girl's like,
so I would say that the Jason, I'm almost have to agree with you. That is probably my second place when it comes to the best kills. But before I get to my number one kill, Sammy, what's yours? Your favorite kill from the whole saga?
Jason killing Freddy.
No.
Yes.
You didn't kill Freddy.
No. I love. Okay.
See, that's
for me,
that's a story on itself, because we really don't know who really is the true winner of that movie.
Okay, here's the thing. As being more of a Jason fan than a Freddy fan, and I
and you're wrong.
Love.
Thank
no,
you.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yes.
Nope. Anyways, moving on. So I really, really loved seeing, honestly, Freddy get taken down a fucking peg, because he annoys the shit out of me how cocky he is.
But the only reason he got taken down a peg is because they had to fucking take him out of his fucking world. They had to take him out of his goddamn environment. Then you're crippling him. You are. All right. Let me go ahead and chop off all of fucking Jason's limbs and then fight the man. All right. That's what you're doing to Freddy. You are crippling him.
And when you're talking about the kill scene, you're talking about when Jason actually.
Okay, I guess it wasn't. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I misspoke. Kill scene, sleeping bag. There you go. I love that. That is my favorite kill. Always, no matter, even in the game when you were able to like do that kill, it's like awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my favorite kill. But as far as like, I have to say that just the battle scene between them, once it's like shifted into Jason's favor, I love it. I can literally watch it on a loop. It just makes me so happy.
See, my favorite is Jason Goes to Hell. The sex scene when that woman.
Oh, it's a sex scene. Oh, surprise!
I'm sorry, but to me, that scene, especially the uncut version, when she is ripped in half, and then you just see the boyfriend just sprayed with blood, and you see the fucking. It's amazing. I'm sorry. That was a really gory, really awesome scene. I thought that was a good kill scene.
You know, the director made that as an homage to the period cycle.
Homage to the period cycle? Jesus Christ.
I couldn't even keep a straight face. Really good.
On that note, all right, let's go ahead and do the pints review on this. So I'm going to go ahead and give this 4 pints.
You give everything fucking 4 pints.
This is my favorite Friday the 13th film. I mean, if
it still wasn't as good as Mayhem then.
You're never gonna let that go. We're never gonna let that go. Oh my god!
And now that you finally fucking released that shit.
Oh man, we're not doing our year joke.
No, we're not.
No, I had to release it.
It was gonna be such a good build.
But I'm sorry. It gets a part. To me, it's a 4. It is my favorite Friday the 13th film out of the whole saga. I enjoy that one the most, so it gets a 4. That one I'm staying true to. I'm staying true to 4. How about you, Goot?
So part 4 is my second favorite film of this whole saga.
Nice.
So at the base, I'd give it a 3.5. I'd recommend it to anybody to watch it.
Yes.
I'd give it a 3.5.
That's pretty good. How about you, Stu? I'm really curious.
Struggling.
Honestly,
is it going to change, or was it always the same?
No. I'm just trying to. I like Jason. I like Friday the 13th. I do not think they are good films. I do not think they are great films. It is a 2.5 to me.
Really?
It is.
But could you watch it? Would you recommend
it? I would recommend it. Yes, that's what I'm saying. 2.5. 2.5 to me, I'm still recommending it.
All right, now, how about this? Is this something that you can watch over and over again?
Or
is this something you have to be spaced out?
That one, I probably couldn't watch that one over and over again.
See, that's the thing. That's how I feel.
There's other films in the series that I enjoy more.
Jason.
Yes. I mean, Jason X is a great, fun popcorn flick, enjoyable time.
And you don't find this one a good popcorn flick? See, this one, I won't ever get bored of.
It's okay. No, see, there's other films in the series which I know you talked that we're probably going to rate our films, but just this film on its own is a 2.5 to me.
2.5? Wow.
Yeah.
I'm really shocked. So what would... All right. I'm a little shocked by that, actually. I'm really... I mean, because 2.5... I don't know. Anything under a 3 is pretty bad.
No, not in my opinion. 2.5 is
5 pints is the
2.5 is middle of the road. It's
mediocre.
You're not regretting seeing it, but you're also not like,
right.
I'm glad I fucking saw that. I really fucking enjoyed that. They could have done a few tweaks and been better. So no, a lot of shit could have been done better in this, but I do not regret seeing it in any way, shape, or form. And I still think it is a solid film as part of the series.
They could have made tweaks to every movie. Like for me, like for my grading scale, like a 3.5, I'd recommend it to somebody. But if it was a 3, I wouldn't recommend it to somebody.
No, see, I disagree. Mine is anything, a 2.5 or above. I'm finding enough enjoyment in it where it's worthwhile to watch.
What split second?
Can I? Okay,
Negative 2.5.
We talked about this.
No, I don't think you've ever get a pint review for Split Second because we didn't do those yet.
Because of all the enjoyment I've gotten to give Lenny shit about this film, I've added an extra half pint just because it's given me more enjoyment in my life. But so it's going to be at a half pint with the additional.
All right, that's what I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
Okay, how about you, Sammy? What would you give this?
This installment?
Yes. How many pints of beer would you give this?
Well, I said it was
non-alcoholic for you.
So this is the 4th film is my 5th.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to go with Stu and say like a 2.5. It's I love Corey Feldman, but I do think that they use the term shit the bed with the writing at the end of it. The characters, although the teens, I'm sorry, you're like the teens, this group of teens were great. They're the same bleeping teens in every bleeping one of these 9 movies that you made me watch to prepare for this podcast.
What do you mean made you watch? You always say that you're a huge Jason fan.
I do, but I'll tell you what, you binge watch all of it and it's like the same movie nonstop.
So which ones did you say? You said the 9 movies that he made you watch. Which ones didn't you watch?
We didn't get to Jason X. And we didn't get to the remake and the Freddy versus Jason.
Okay, so you just watched them in order.
Yeah, we went.
I thought you had recently watched Jason X. That's why I was wondering in my mind.
No, I was hoping to, but life happened, and again. But no, and that's the thing. And for me, honestly, the film after this one, when we do the ranking, and how I ranked them, after that, I could give really no crap about him. Like, I love Jason in general. Like, I love his character. And we all know, for a solid character, I am a huge fan. I liked P.G. Gorman just because I love those strong characters. Jason, much like Freddy, even though he's not my favorite, I can respect what Freddy Krueger is. Okay, he is a horror icon. His franchise, I've enjoyed the Nightmare Before on Elm Street series, but for me, it literally just felt like a never-ending effing thing. And then when it wasn't even Jason, and you see this little like demon, like I was done.
Oh, you didn't like when Jason was taking place of other people?
No, I thought it was crap. I thought it was hack writing. I thought it was a ripoff of Freddy.
I thought it was
crap.
I thought it was something different. It was something,
2.5.
But that's the thing.
2.5.
All right, but first of all, you were saying how it's the same thing over and over again. Jason Goes to Hell is actually extremely different from all the other Friday the 13th films.
Yeah.
So it is a different film.
Yeah, it was crap.
But you were just complaining on how you didn't like it because it was the same thing over and over
Because
again.
it wasn't Jason, I feel, in that film. It was
technically it was.
No,
it was
wasn't.
like
It was
the spirit
possession.
of Jason.
Fuck that.
No, fuck that. I seriously.
No.
Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Thank you, Goat.
Yes.
I don't know.
Sound like a goddamn beaten child.
Well, no, I have to agree because
I'm in your corner. It's garbage.
The movies are B movies to me, but part 4 does have its part in it. But like after part 6, that's when they start trying to take it in different directions away from Camp Crystal Lake.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
And that's
which
what
I
I'm saying.
didn't
Okay, and we'll get there. But for me, for this installment, 2.5.
All right, well then, let's go ahead and finish up with the full ranking of the whole saga because I'm really curious to hear because now I'm starting to see the differences in all 4 of us with the rankings. So I'm going to go ahead and go last, but Goot, you want to go first because I'm really curious what your ranking is.
All right, so 12-1.
12-1, including Friday the 13th Part 1 with Pamela Voorhees.
Yeah, of course. So number 12 is Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan.
That one I kind of agree with.
All right, so we're going worst to best.
Oh, okay. I thought that was
Right?
your best.
No,
I was like, what the fuck?
Let's go best to worst.
Everyone's attention.
Yeah. Let's go best to worst. Or are we going to go?
No.
worst
Actually,
to
I want to
best?
go from worst to best. Actually,
Okay.
because the finale is the best one. So actually,
All right.
I like your way of.
Go for it, Goot.
Gotta go worst to last.
Yes.
All right, man.
So worst, Part 8. Number 11, Part 7, New Blood. Number
Really?
10. Yes.
You didn't like New Blood that much?
Oh, look at that. There's the line in the sand.
Shocked at that.
There goes their alliance.
It's Carrie versus Jason.
She was horrible.
She was, but Jason wasn't. Jason was great to watch. I mean, that was Kane Hodder's first. That's when he first came on the game right there.
Nothing impressed me.
Oh God. Disagree. I'm sorry.
Actually compared that chick's telekinesis to Carrie White telekinesis.
Well, it was a
That's
Carrie
what they were
ripoff.
trying to do.
It was a Carrie ripoff. They were trying to do Carrie versus Jason, basically.
Carrie would have obliterated that chick.
Thank you. I agree.
Right. Right? Like, honestly.
all
So
right.
true.
All right. Go.
Number 10 was Part 5, New Beginning. Number
Okay.
9, Jason Goes to Hell. Number 8, Jason X. Number 7, Part 3. Number 6, Part 1. Number 5, Part 2. Number 4, Freddy vs. Jason. Number 3, Part 6, Jason Lives. Number 2, Part 4, The Final Chapter.
Yes.
Number 1, the remake.
Wait a minute. The remake is number one?
Yes.
Wow.
You guys didn't get that with how
The
much he's
remake
been
is
like
number one.
oohing and awing over it the whole time?
I still didn't expect that to be the number one. I really didn't.
I totally
That's
saw
my
it.
favorite
I'm
one.
a little shocked by that. Yeah, no, that's actually. I can understand why you like it because, all right, I'm going to say this. Would you say that is a very good? I mean, you would say that's a very good remake of all the Friday the 13th because it is part 1 through 4
Yes.
all together in the same story. But you think that's a really decent remake?
Yes, it's actually embarrassing they haven't done a sequel to that one yet.
Well, that's because of the whole
everything got held up.
lawsuits.
Yeah.
Lawsuits kind of fucked everything up, and that sucks because I've been waiting for another Friday the 13th film.
By the way, have they settled any of that shit
It
yet?
just got settled. Victor Miller.
Are we
Victor Miller
sure
won.
this is settled?
Victor Miller won.
What does that mean?
He's a screenwriter. He's the one who screenwrote the first Friday the 13th, and he figured that it was on his side, and he won the lawsuit. I just read about it today.
Against who? Paramount or
No, Sean, Cunningham.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so Victor, and that's why there's a whole thing with the whole Friday the 13th game, which we'll talk briefly about on Friday the 13th part. The game, they didn't do any of the.
But it's also the reason that there hasn't been a
DLC.
fucking new one since the remake in 2009. All right, 2009.
Yeah, it's almost 10 years.
What do you mean? Almost 10 years. It's almost 10 years. 2009 is almost 10 years ago.
2019 was 10 years ago.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
So now,
get the math wrong.
words are hard and math is hard.
I wasn't
Numbers
thinking-
are hard.
Fuck you. Okay.
Years are hard.
God.
No, that's a good ranking. How about you, Stu? What is your ranking from worst to best?
Okay, worst is Manhattan. Thank you. That is the biggest pile of horse shit ever.
So far, that's 2 for the last for Manhattan. So
all right, it is
This will be interesting.
Complete fucking garbage. I'm looking at these. All right, I'm probably gonna have to say part 3 would be my second least favorite.
Interesting. I figured you'd like that one more because you got the mask in that one.
Just because he got the mask doesn't.
That's what a lot of people like it for. They like it because he got his mask, but really,
just because he got the mask doesn't make the fucking movie good.
You didn't care for the 3D effects in it and everything.
I had never seen it in true 3D the way they intended it, but every shot that they showed that was supposed to be a 3D shot just felt like a waste. It really did. It was like, look, we're doing 3D.
Let me point the end of the broom at the screen.
Yeah. I was just like, this is just lazy.
It beat ET in theaters.
Okay, in all fairness, we've watched it in 3D, and it's actually pretty decent in 3D.
It's fun in 3D.
No. You watched it in modern 3D.
Well, yeah.
You didn't watch it in the 3D. It was
with the red and the blue.
No, because I believe that's the red and the blue back in the 80s.
That's what it was intended for.
I mean, there was a whole bunch of films that came out at the same time. There was Jaws 3D, there was Friday the 13th 3D, and I think
everything was 3D. It was a
Nightmare
phase.
on Elm Street do like a 3D part? Was it part 5 or what was it?
No, that was
Freddy's Dead?
Yeah, Freddy's Dead, and they had that. But to me, that actually kind of worked because it actually worked in the story. Everything kind of made sense with why they were doing it, and they weren't. So when they made it, it wasn't to be on the fad of 3D. It was just we're going to do something fucking campy and lean into that. Yeah, and it was fun.
It worked.
Yeah. All right, let me go down. So
number 11, part 3.
Yes.
Did you not do your homework?
You were supposed to do your homework.
I did.
I jotted mine down before the bleeping podcast, at least.
No. I had a life. I have a job outside of here because this definitely ain't paying my fucking bills. All right. So
we're doing this for free for
our one fan is here right now.
Two. His wife's my biggest fan. Woo! Props to her. That's right. She's awesome.
Probably part 7 will be my next least favorite.
Wow.
Yeah. Even though I'm digging that Jason, but then the whole Jason's afraid of water, but all the other fucking movies, he has no fucking problem with killing people in fucking water and shit like that. I'm like, this is just fucking lazy writing.
You have to drown him, but at the end, does it look like he's drowning?
No, he isn't.
Yeah. And when he killed in the your favorite fucking kill, he killed her in the fucking raft and shit like that.
Underwater.
He was under fucking water.
Yeah.
Jason's not afraid of water.
Well, they did the same.
Fuck you.
They did that with Freddy versus Jason when he was afraid of water.
Which I didn't appreciate. Then kind of feeling like that was forced in there, trying to give him a
It was that classic feel bad for the killer nonsense. It's the same thing that Rob Zombie I feel tried to do to Mike Myers by giving him he was so beat up. Blah, blah, blah. Part of the scary thing about like a rogue element is that they don't have a backstory. They're just fucking insane.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but Rob Zombie had a good character development with Michael Myers.
He had a good character development, but it didn't feel like The Shape. It didn't feel like Michael Myers to me anymore. It didn't feel like Halloween. It was him capitalizing on his personal style of shooting film, which I do enjoy. I definitely do enjoy his style of shooting film, but it did not feel like Michael Myers. Michael Myers is supposed to be that's why he is The Shape. He's always referred to as The Shape. We call him Michael Myers until that's his fucking name, but he's The Shape. He's supposed to be this blank slate that we can
because
institute our own fear on.
Yeah,
turn into that though. I agree with you.
Yeah, so it by giving him a backstory, by giving him painting him this picture, it's no longer giving you this blank, scary fucking shape void that anything can fucking happen and shit like that. No, we're trying to sympathize and become understanding of the fucking character, and it takes away from but I do appreciate your point of view. I do. So next I'm gonna have to give that to Friday the 13th remake, the newest one.
Okay.
It just felt very rushed. Right. I appreciated the graphics. I appreciated the the modern touches they were giving it. And like I said, I appreciated, filling in some of the backstory, or as far as building the tunnels and shit like that. That made sense. They did some, really good things with it. Next, I'm probably going to have to give it to part 2, the actual, real initiation of Jason.
Yeah.
Then I'm probably going to have to give it to final chapter.
So final chapter's in the middle.
Yeah. That's what
I respect that.
It's not a great film. It's not a bad film. It's just what it is.
Well, like you said, you hate the writing in the end.
Yeah. It's not a great film. It's not a bad film. It's just what it is. It's still enjoyable.
Yeah.
I'm still, and I say I don't hate any of these movies. I really don't hate any of these movies. Because I can find enjoyment in a lot of things. You still get enjoyment
out of them, even though they're bad. You still get enjoyment.
Yes,
yeah.
But just viewing it from the critical eye, that this podcast has made me apply to these films and apply to all the previous films, which is why I definitely really enjoy doing this podcast, because it forces me to look at it from a more critical eye instead of just.
The thing is, our podcast has also made us change opinions about things.
Yes,
too. That's
absolutely.
It changed my opinions about many things on the movies we watch.
Then probably Jason Goes to Hell, because of I've said time and time again, I will give extra points to a creative idea.
Yes,
and they try to do something creative with that way of passing the. Passing the torch, between people and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I will give them credit for that. Did they execute it properly? Probably not, but they were trying something different. They had some good effects, some, strong-ish writing. Really, they put some money behind this, put some effort and time, and you can tell that comes across screen. They were really trying.
Also, the MPAA was gone.
Yes. That's
the one thing I love about Jason Goes to Hell is it's the most violent. It's probably one of the most violent ones out of all of them. In my opinion.
It had to, because it sucked.
Okay.
We'll get to your ranking here soon.
I think Freddy vs. Jason is number 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. I really, really enjoyed that. As far as you trying to do the classic, monster crossover, going all the way back
Frankenstein
to
versus Wolfman,
exactly,
and everything else. Yeah.
I think this is a really, really strong
modern
effort.
Version. Mm-hmm.
They did a really amazing job of giving each, major baddie, their time, their respect. That you could tell it was done by people who actually loved these films and enjoyed these films, and they weren't shitting over one character or the other.
Yeah.
They were doing their best they could to give each of them their respect that they deserve. And then my second favorite will be the original. Once again, going that creativity, putting Mrs. Voorhees as the killer, throwing that whole unexpectedness. I thought that was fucking genius for that, especially for the fucking time period that it was in.
Yeah.
It did really fucking well for creation of the mythology.
And the thing is, when it came out at that time, it was creepy because it was something. It's been seen before, but it was done differently. It was at a camp, and also the kills, and you didn't know who the killer was. It was like who did it? Who is a who done it basically?
Yep.
And then you find out who it was, and it's not who you expected.
Okay, and then my favorite, and it's just because they leaned into their campiness. They said, "Fuck it, we're gonna have fun. We are going to just enjoy ourselves, and we're gonna make Jason into literally a unstoppable machine."
Terminator Jason
X.
Yep.
It just was so fun.
Jason X was gonna be your number one.
It's just such a great, enjoyable, bad movie.
Yeah.
And I've always had the soft spots for bad movies ever since the Night of the Living Dead remake, which is my real introduction to horror movies. And I will always have my soft spot to campy B movies that are having fun. And that's what Jason X was to me.
All right. Well, that was actually a really good ranking there. And I think me and you have a couple similarities on mine when I get up to that. How about you, Sammy? What is your ranking of these movies from worst to best?
From worst to best.
Yes.
Number 12 spot, Jason Goes to Hell. It was awful.
Really? I'm
it was
so
awful.
shocked.
No, and the reason
Okay, you're not going by the acting. You're not going by the acting.
They had to pump up the gore because it wasn't Jason. It was it's the spirit of Jason. It's getting passed by the herpified cousin of Slither, going from Jason to Jason. It was terrible. It had good kills. It had good casting. I'll even say that. There were some things that were really impressive about it, but the story, in my opinion, sucked. I want to see Jason. I want to see actual Jason, not freaking 5 minutes of him and then him inhabiting and jumping from body to body. Screw that. To this little demon thing that literally runs into some dead woman's hoo-ha. Are you kidding me? It was crap. It was complete crap.
Okay.
Super, super weak in my opinion. Okay. Not a good film. Then I'd say 11 would be the 5th installment. That's the one with the Copycat. Again.
Yeah.
Not fucking Jason. Okay? I liked Dream Jason, but that's all he was.
Yeah.
And that's all that movie should have been, was a fucking dream, because it was a joke. Okay. Then I will go with Jason X, because it was kind of the reason why you like it. It was just super stupid. It's Jason in space. You have Uber Jason. Like, it's a fun movie, but it's kind of a joke. Like, it's not the strongest installment, obviously, of I Feel the franchise.
Okay.
Then I'm going to go with Manhattan. Because even though it was garbage, it still had Jason in it.
I'm really shocked because I thought
Jason managed to cross the ocean somehow. Like,
okay, so by your logic, the original should be fucking below Jason.
No, and there's a reason, and I'll get to that. There's a reason, and I'll get to that.
And by the way, quick trivia about that. Like, didn't you find it funny how that boat went from a lake to the ocean?
Yeah.
How
they mentioned that
was.
Well, no, they say that they go down a river to the ocean in the story.
But the lake, the lake is a lake. That's what there is no river connected to the lake of Crystal Lake.
You have rivers running into lakes.
But not at Camp Crystal Lake. It is just one lake. There is no river. That's the thing. That's something they never explained in the movie. Yeah.
You don't ever see like all of the lake. You just see parts where people are getting murdered.
Well, you do see a lot of the lake throughout the films.
I'm sure that there isn't a logical thing to it, because let's face it, again, he attached like a barnacle and ended up in New York. It was stupid. I'm not going to say that wasn't.
Well, he starts off killing that couple in the lake, and then all of a sudden he goes to the.
I know, he's on there like the graduate cruise thing. Yeah.
He's on the docking station. He's like, "How'd you get there?"
He was bored. There were no campers anymore. He's like, "I'm going to go walk around."
Yeah.
Swimming around.
So no, again, like it was.
Oh no, but Jason's afraid of water.
All I'm thinking of is like was it Land of the Dead? We just see him walking on the bottom. He's just like walking around like it's just chilling, not doing anything.
But he can't do that because he's afraid of water.
Well, I don't agree with that. So, Manhattan, again, it was garbage. But I do like, again, how strong Hodder was as Jason. The scene of him in like Times Square, kicking the boombox. Like, there are some moments that I did enjoy in that one, which is why it's a bit higher than the others. So the 8th installment, or number 8 in my ranking would be the 3rd. Again, he gets his mask, and Shelley gets killed, but not very anticlimactically.
Yeah.
Even though he was super. Ugh, I couldn't stand that guy.
How can you not feel for fucking Shelley? All right, they're all going skinny dipping, and I'm not skinny.
I'm not skinny. I'm fat. Feel bad for me. Therefore, I'm going to be a jackass. No, I'm sorry. Punch him in the face.
No.
Moving on. Then I would have to go with 6, which is Jason Lives, right? Again, we're getting better. Jason's evolving. I agree with Stu. Freaking Tommy shouldn't have been messing with it. There is blood on Tommy John versus hand. I do agree with that.
There's something I have to say about Jason Lives, though. For some reason, that is like the number one favorite Friday the 13th film for a lot of people.
Because that's where Jason becomes Jason.
Yeah.
It's also
when we picture,
I
don't care, but when we picture Jason, we are picturing zombie Jason.
Yes.
We are picturing that unkillable motherfucker. All right, that beast. All right, and that's where he gets introduced, is in that film.
Okay.
Followed then would be 7, New Blood, because again, just a continuation of the evolution of Jason itself. And then I would say the 4th after that. And then I actually flipped. So then I went to the second film because I liked Potato Sack Jason. Like, I thought it was good, even though he does look like a werewolf with mange at the end when the sack comes off.
And then he just shaves his head for part
But I
3.
also like that as well because, again, like you had in Halloween, you had Jamie Lee Curtis and you had Nancy in Elm Street.
So hold on,
where you had
by your logic, was young baby Jason that got drowned, was he shaving his head at the time?
No. What I'm saying
your
is
logic is he shaved his head for part 3 because after part 2 and shit like that, he had the werewolf Jason. So obviously, you're like, in your mind, Jason can grow hair. He chooses not to.
You know what? I guess not. I don't know.
No, he doesn't. Because when he took over the stupid deputy, he shaved him randomly before he infested him with the freaking Slither demon. Okay,
Yeah, she was like going off
I
on
was
that
sitting
scene.
there. I'm like, wait a minute. Jason just kills people. Why is he shaving him? What the hell is that? Again, crap movie.
He
which
didn't
is
want to get. He
well.
didn't want to get fucking mustache in his mouth when he was transferring the demon. Why is everybody quiet?
Because my brain stopped.
We were watching
Spicy boner.
his reaction.
Oh, spicy boner
the first one.
Woo. I feel bad. I'm sorry. I should work in my face more.
I looked at you and I saw the real person.
Yep.
I was just like, oh my gosh, did that actually come out of his mouth?
She's not a real person. All right.
I'm a figment of your imagination.
Spicy boner goot.
BAF circulates and then they summon me and I just pop up.
Oh shit.
So his punishment shot is
Goldschlager.
Yep, little gold chunks.
Ugh.
So expensive.
Oh wow, man, your face. You really ate that shit, don't you?
Ugh.
That's still less of a fucking face than what you make.
I'm getting sick of that peanut butter shit. It's
Well,
like
you don't
getting
have any.
worse.
You didn't
That's
even
the
buy
fucking
any.
point of it. It's supposed to be bad.
You're all right, dude?
I'm good.
You all right?
So for background information, the reason Goldschlager is Goot's punishment shot is because we've all had this liquor where we get fucked up nastily or whatever, and then our body just has a wretch reaction to it afterwards.
Unless you're my body, in which case it's like tequila. I want more.
Most people I talk
surprise.
And then I get very
the
angry.
Mexican wants tequila.
Most people I talk to apparently hate Jaeger bombs more than anything. Like they have a history with Jaeger bombs.
They have
I guarantee those same people.
visceral reaction.
I guarantee those same people don't like black licorice. Guarantee it.
Oh, see, I love licorice.
Racists.
No, there's a difference between red licorice and black licorice. It's a different thing.
All right.
Anyways,
Part 2.
thank you. All right, that would be number 4 in my lineup because again, I liked Potato Sack Jason. I also, again, in Elm Street you had Nancy, in Hellraiser you had I'm blanking on her name.
Jamie Lee Curtis' character.
No, Hellraiser.
Talk about Hellraiser.
Oh,
Hellraiser.
My brain went retarded.
The daughter in Hellraiser, like again, this strong like female character, and then you had Jamie Lee Curtis in the Halloween films. Again, this almost like sort of a merge of like stronger female characters, which I felt Ginny in the second installment.
Kirsty.
She was Kirsty. Thank you. Ginny was again like this really cool. Like she wasn't like just some bimbo running around with her tits out, going, "Oh, I'm gonna f everybody at camp. Oh, I got murdered," because that's what whores do apparently, and that's why I love Jason because he knocks him back down. But she instead used her, psychology degree to basically get into his head, and ultimately ended up, living because she, actually used her brain. So I always have, I love that in films when it's done well and done correctly.
But it was implied that she was fucking that other counselor dude and shit like that. So
yeah, but
she was a whore.
You don't know. How do you know?
It was heavily implied.
No.
They're fucking regular.
That doesn't mean no. Here's the thing: is no. Like Tina and all of these chicks, where like they're just so horned up, they're jumping in with anybody. Okay, they could have been together.
Most of the girls that got killed got that with their boyfriends or something like that. So and that the head counselor was Jenny's boyfriend. So. It was heavily implied that she was fucking just because they didn't show her fucking him directly.
Well,
it doesn't mean that she wasn't fucking.
Then you're assuming.
He basically flat out said, "Hey, are we gonna fuck?" That's basically what he fucking said. All right.
Moving on.
Moving on.
I agree with Stu.
Oh, go figure. No, it's fine. No.
I like that hesitation to make sure you weren't having a spicy boner.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with.
I had to pause for a second.
Stu.
No, it's like no more Kloschlanger, please. No, and I'm not saying that. And anyways, moving on. So that one would be there, and then I would say the remake because I think the remake was done very well. I do. I liked how they kind of did the whole synopsis of the first 4 films. I think the guy Mears that they got to play him is terrifying, and Jason running is like, it is scary. Like it does bring it to a different level.
But it's wrong.
I disagree.
Wrong.
No, I disagree.
Goop pointed that out really well. That I didn't even think about that the whole running. So it actually changed my.
Especially when you're thinking about the 6'5" big mofo in these like tiny tunnels, which just makes him that much more like ominous, and him being that like swift-footed and sure-footed, that's scary.
Yeah, no,
it's an animalistic thing.
Yeah, it really is. And so I mean, it terrifies on a different level. And then finally, I'm going to say my number one film is going to be Freddy versus Jason, and the reason why is because that was the first Jason film that I saw. And therefore, it will always be my favorite because that was my introduction into it. That was, what my first experience of watching an actual Jason movie was.
Okay.
And again, love seeing him just like flip the turns, go after Freddy, knock him on his cocky ass. Like I loved it. I thought it was great. And I appreciate again everything with, even at the end, you see Freddy still wink, because it leaves it, again, open-ended, which I think it would be amazing if they made another one. I really do. Like, I would totally line up to pay for that.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get to my ranking from worst to best. There's a lot of similarities, but I'm going to go with Part 8 Takes Manhattan being my last, which I think all of us are almost in agreement on that one, other than you, Sammy, because yours was a little bit up there for that one. But
because it was actually Jason and not a freaking Slither demon.
Yeah, but you know what? I still think it's the worst one out of the series. It's actually boring. I actually was just not... I wasn't enjoying it as much as the other ones, and the fact that it's away from Crystal Lake. The whole thing... In fact, the whole fact that it's called Jason Takes Manhattan, it's only in Manhattan for like 15 minutes.
You guys keep harping about it's not part of Crystal Lake, but you guys are totally okay with Jason Goes to Hell, where it's not even freaking Jason. It's this demon thing.
It's still the spirit of Jason.
Yes, this is.
That's what I'm trying to point out.
No, you guys are like, oh no, it's not taking place at the Crystal Lake, but it's totally okay that it's like this demon level of Jason.
It's still fucking Jason. Just like,
no, I'm sorry. Essence of Jason, not the same thing.
Didn't Freddy Krueger also take over people? Seriously?
No.
Are you thinking about the second installment where he was like possessing the guy?
He did possess the Jay Silent Bob looking guy in Freddy vs. Jason, remember? Said, I'm going to take care of this bitch. Remember in the hallway? About to stab him with the syringes? Freddy did take over that. You don't remember that?
I remember what you're talking about.
I'm just saying, I don't know. I still feel like it was Jason. That's how I feel. I feel like it was Jason.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Well, whatever. So anyways, I will go next with Jason X. Jason X is my number 11, and it's a fun movie. Uber Jason is fun to watch, but it's still
Uber Jason.
It's okay. It's not my ultimate favorite. I mean, there are the special effects are horrible, but of course the special effects are it's really the first time you see a lot of CGI, because there really isn't any CGI in any of the Jason films except that one, I believe. And
Uber Jason is the fucking best.
Shut up.
Fuck you.
Yeah, whatever. So
because he's made of nanobots.
Part science, bitch.
So number 10 would be Jason Lives, and I believe Jason Lives is actually, in my opinion, the most tamest of them. I understand it's when the zombie Jason first came in the mix, but I didn't care for the whole thing with the children at the campground. I didn't care for the whole... I didn't like the mask, first of all. I thought when you first see the mask on it, it looks like it just is over his face. It's too big for his face. I hated that. I did not care for Tommy Jarvis in that one either. I liked Tommy Jarvis actually as the Corey Feldman. I actually liked him in Part 4. So, not my favorite. Freddy vs. Jason would be my 9 in the ranking, and I think it's an enjoyable movie, but the thing is, why are you fucking laughing?
Numbers are hard.
Anyways, Freddy vs. Jason to me is a fun movie. It's great to watch, but it's my least favorite looking Jason. I actually did not enjoy Ken Kissinger as Jason. Now, when I first saw the movie, I thought it was badass.
I don't care what your favorite looking fucking Jason is. It's your films that we're talking about. What films do you think are?
It's an enjoyable movie, but I'm sorry. I think the classic ones. I like the ones at Camp Crystal Lake. I think I found them a lot more entertaining to me. That's how I felt. The remake is next in line as number 8, and I think the remake does. In fact, you helped me out on this one because actually my remake was all the way at the bottom of the list. And the whole thing about Jason being able to do that huge lunge in the beginning and also the fucking running, it actually felt like the older films because the older films, he did do a lot of running. And I know, Stu, you like the whole thing about him being zombie Jason and everything else, but I loved his whole, it was more intensity in that one. But I think Derek Mears is a very nice hulking Jason, but I don't know. It's still not the best. I like the classic 80s. I like the classic 80s Jason and the movies and everything else. I like the characters better. What do you mean? What's wrong with the characters?
No, go ahead, Goot. Put him in place.
The characters are better in the remake.
Not really.
The first couple suck.
I did not care for the fucking chick that was trying to get with the supernatural guy. What's his name?
Sure,
yeah, I'm sorry. I thought she was
By the way,
annoying.
that would be the only dude in all of the movies I would totally bang.
And the blonde hair guy was just annoying. I didn't care for it. I also didn't.
Not in that. Not in that capacity.
And the Asian kid. Where is that Asian kid from? Because I've seen him in another movie before. Was he in the Fast and Furious movies or anything like that?
What, the token Asian kid from the remake?
Goonies.
Oh my God.
Indiana Jones, short round, no. No, I know what you mean. He does have a familiar face. I do feel like he's been in other sex comedies or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know. I just didn't care for it.
Sex comedies like the Goonies.
So right in the close to the middle would be for number 7 would be Jason Goes to Hell. I actually loved that one. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a new take on it. I thought the gore effects were great, especially with that guy when the demon left that guy that
the herbified slither demon.
I think it was like the cop or something like that. And he just started melting. I thought that scene was awesome.
And he had to shave the dude before he can transfer the demon.
What? He just didn't. Like I said, I told you. Like I said, movie. It wasn't a bad movie. I enjoyed it.
Terrible movie.
My number 6 would be part 3, the 3D version. All right, so part 3, I have ups and downs about it. Of course, you get the iconic mask, but the other thing that I didn't really care about, I didn't care for the characters, especially Shelley, and I did not like Jason because he was a fucking hunchback. It's the only one he's a hunchback, and I just think it looks really goofy looking, and I just don't fucking care for it. The 3D effects were okay, but like I said, they kind of just focus more on the 3D effects of other things. I mean, there was some cool scenes like, the snake lunging and also the fucking eyeballs being like squeezed out of the head and stuff like that. But overall, the story and the characters I didn't really care for, and it wasn't all that fun. So it's basically just in the middle. So like I said, it's okay. And also then I would go with part 2 next, which I thought Potato Sack Jason was good. I thought that part that Ginny did when she stood up to Jason and basically stood up as Pamela Voorhees, I thought that was very smart and really interesting how they did that. Oh. What?
The kid, I know it. We saw him. He's in Disturbia.
Oh, okay, with Sheila LaBeouf.
With Sheila LaBeouf.
Yeah,
and,
okay.
He's in that as the friend.
And then my final 4, I would go with New Blood. I'm sorry, I like New Blood. It was the one that introduced me to Jason. I enjoyed that the most. I liked Kane Hodder. I thought Zombie Jason with the chain around his neck and the skull. I thought the whole fight scene between him and the fucking Carrie ripoff was actually entertaining. I loved every part of it. I thought the characters were pretty good. I didn't care for the fucking mother and the psychiatrist. I thought they were a little annoying, but overall, I still thought it was a very entertaining movie. And then I would go with part 1 being my number 2, which I agree with Stu on. And I think that one is just an ultra classic. I think the fucking filming of that movie, the way that they did it was perfect.
I totally realized I left that out of my ranking.
What?
I thought you did. I thought you did, but I wasn't going to call it out.
No.
Hey, did I go retarded for a second? I don't remember it.
No. I totally left that out of my ranking because, well, in my defense, I was on number 2, which I had in the 4 slot, and then you guys tiraded off on basically Jason shaving his head for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, before Freddy vs. Jason then would be number 1, the first film.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Okay, we addendummed.
My number one is part 4. Seriously, it's still my number one out of all the Jason saga. It's just the most entertaining to me. I can watch it over and over again and never get sick of it. It fits in my series when it comes to Aliens, Blade Runner, final chapter. Seriously, now that's how I feel about this movie.
That's a new development.
It's always been like that. I've been telling you that. That has been my favorite one out of the whole saga. Part 4, chapter 4, or so.
Part 4.
You whore.
And oh my God, I fucking fucked up. I completely forgot about you. Sammy, you forgot about your movie. I forgot about mine. I forgot about New Beginning. Actually, New Beginning is in my 11 spot. So just push the other ones down. And yeah, that's in my 11. Believe it or not, I still enjoyed it here and there because I actually liked all the killings in it. I thought it had it had a little bit of goofiness in it that was a little annoying, especially with that mom and son. That fucking shit was just annoying. But other than that, even though it was copycat Jason and they tried to change the story a bit, I still fucking enjoyed it. I still thought it was still a good Jason film, even though it wasn't Jason, other than In a Fucking Dream. But overall, that is in my 11 slot. So I can't believe I missed that. Sorry about that. So another thing that I would love to talk about in this fucking movie saga of the Jason Voorhees is Friday the 13th game. This is something that I enjoyed the hell out of. I fucking love this game. When they announced this game and that to the point where you can either play as Jason or play as the counselors, the setting and the fucking just the sounds, the music and everything, the game was fun. I mean, Sammy can tell you how many
my gosh. This was honestly this was his digital mistress for when it first came out, not even playing.
Yeah.
Hours would be gone. But then after the first hour and a half or two, all I would come down and he would just be seething with rage. He's like, I'm a fucking camp counselor again. I haven't played Jason. I've gone to 5 different rooms and I haven't been Jason yet for an hour. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I would play for hours, and there's been times where I played for 3 hours straight and I was never Jason. I was like, come on, I want to play Jason.
Unlucky bastard.
Yeah, I am. So overall, man, what did you?
I gotta know what system did you play on?
PlayStation 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, same here.
Yep. How about you, Stu? What did you think of it?
Well, I remember when it came out, there was a lot of games very similar to that. And actually, this
is it Dead by Daylight?
Yeah, Dead by Daylight was the one that really blew it up. But there was a handful of games that came before that.
The Punisher.
I don't remember the Punisher.
I know that Predator. There's a Predator game.
Yeah, it's the same.
But that came out after. And it's from the same studio.
But it's that same type of genre where you're playing. It's like 5 or 6 people versus one.
Yeah.
And the one is uber powerful, and then the other ones aren't. But you're working on the team.
Well, see, that's the thing with every Jason, because you get to play every single Jason up to Jason Goes to Hell once you unlock all the Jasons.
And there's the Savini Jason.
Yeah, which I believe you have, right? You have the Savini Jason?
No, I got the part 3D, the part 3. I'm in that version right now, that level.
Oh, okay. See, Sammy said that she heard you talking about.
I thought he had bought it with that option.
Oh yeah, because there was a download code to have the Savini Jason, which looks like he's coming from hell and everything else.
No, it's super cool, but now
he's all flaming and everything.
Freaking bucks for that code.
Yeah, it came out when it first came out. It was a really big ass collector's edition and stuff like that, and I didn't get that, and I'm really regretting it.
No, but you got the Nintendo Jason.
Yeah, the Nintendo Jason's good because when you get to part 4, you're going to unlock Nintendo Jason, and it's the purple color just like a Nintendo. But whenever the music comes on, it's that 8-bit music from the game. It's so fucking awesome, man. How about you?
It's so funny because, again, Ron would be in his zone, and next thing you hear is just a... It's just he's like, I'm going to get them all. I'm going to slaughter them and bathe in their blood. So bad. I have to admit, though, a certain very sad part of me would be proud when he would obliterate a bunch of freaking middle schoolers. I was like, yeah, that's right, you guys suck.
But then I guarantee it was a lot more often where those middle schoolers just
beat the shit out of him. Yeah, no, I know, but he had those moments.
Hey, Goot, what did you think of the game so far after playing it? How do you enjoy being Jason or do you enjoy being the counselors?
I enjoyed both of it. I just recently started playing it and I actually kind of agree with Lenny on his take on the when you talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where you put yourself in that situation, and it was so awesome to be Jason and then be the counselors and try to think how would I get away from this guy, and just the whole atmosphere of the game was perfect. It felt like you're in Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah,
it was beyond amazing.
Yeah, no, the music was great because the music was done by Henry Manderfini also. He did the music for the game, and it sounded perfect.
Wasn't it the stop caption done by Hodder? Because he does.
Kane Hodder did the stop caption for all the kills, all the movements, and everything. I don't know if you knew about that, Goop. Yeah, but Kane Hodder did all the stop motion for this movie. I mean, for this game.
Did not know that.
Yeah,
it's cool because if you actually pay attention, Goot, like when you stop as Jason, you'll see him. And if he sees like a counselor within like where they can see him, he'll do the. Without you having to do it.
You talking about the breathing move that he does?
Yeah, he'll actually automatically do that. Like they have that algorithm in the game.
Yeah.
That if a counselor sees him, like basically how they do like the far shots in the films, he did that Jason breathed just for that, and it automatically happens.
Yeah,
it's actually really cool when you see it.
The documentary Crystal Lake Memories actually has a little bit about Kane Hodder doing and how he loved going back into the role, but he had to wear that fucking suit. The suit with the little balls all over it and everything.
Oh yeah.
FYI on Shudder. On Shudder currently, they have a Kane Hodder documentary.
Which
on it.
Check that out.
Yeah, I definitely have to watch that because Kane Hodder is king, man. I fucking love Kane Hodder. But
I honestly thought it was part of the stock feature, one of the powers he has where you can like stalk and like try to like do like a special kind of kill. That's why I thought it was going on, but that's awesome to know.
Yeah, well, the other thing about the game that you'll notice is that every Jason has its pro and con. And the thing about the first 4 Jasons, they all walk. But then when you get to part 6 and part 7, Jason, I'm sorry, I'm going wrong way. They all run. They all can run and everything else. But when you get to Zombie Jason and Jason Goes to Hell, they all walk slowly. So it's really cool. But some of them have the morphing better. Some of them have better. I think part 4, Jason has like more knives because they're throwing knives in that one.
And isn't the Savini like good at like Insta Rage or something?
I don't know. I don't remember because I've never played that.
It's supposed to have, if I read the article, it's supposed to have like a shorter timer for the rage or something.
That might be true because once you get to a certain amount of kills and like gets closer to a timer ending, the rage goes through the roof and it helps a lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So overall, I recommend this. The only thing that sucks about the game is that ever since that stupid fucking courtroom drama shit that they had with the Cunningham and Victor Miller,
who own the rights?
Yeah,
it comes down to rights and money.
It halted the DLC for the game because I already read and did some research on what they were planning on doing. They were planning on making a Jason X level. They were planning on putting Uber Jason, which I know that fucking Stu would have gone nuts over, walking around like Uber Jason. And I think they were even going to put the Derek Mears Jason, and that would have been fucking amazing to see. So it was halted and never did it. So they shut the servers down, but the game is still playable. I recommend it every way possible for him. If you are a fan of Jason Voorhees or Friday the 13th, you will love this game. If you're a fan, other people, I mean, like I said, a lot of people like Dead by Daylight because
they're still putting out new levels for that. They're still putting out new monsters. Well,
that one has like Michael Myers.
Are they still doing the updating on the Mortal Kombat for Jason's kills?
I have no idea.
He was in the new Mortal Kombats.
Yeah. He was in the he was in the Mortal Kombat, the old one. He wasn't in the newest Mortal Kombat.
But are they doing upgrades to that version?
No, they're not.
No, they stopped that one. Yeah.
Well, they did that because Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger both came into that one, and it was nice seeing basically playing Mortal Kombat, playing Freddy versus Jason. Yeah. So, but yeah, overall, man, I'm telling you, you guys need to play that game. It's well recommended. So, all 4 of us on which mask is our favorite out of all the films. So, Goot, what is your favorite mask?
I'll go classic and go part 3 when it finally gets from Shelly.
That's your favorite mask, that one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How about you, Stu? Let me guess, it's Uber Jason.
No, Uber Jason's number 2. It is just because it became a very creative reimagining.
Yeah. Well, there's 2 Jason masks in that one.
Yeah, but it's the Uber Jason.
Yeah.
There's only one Uber Jason mask. And it specifically says Uber Jason in the credits. All right. That's why I keep referring to that because it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
No, that's number 2 for creativity. But no, I'm going to have to agree with Goot here. Number 3.
Number 3?
Number 3. It's, and everything after that became evolutions on that mask. Mm-hmm. The same color scheme overall. And then just became more damaged and everything. It was the basis of everything else after that point.
Yeah. It's kind of equivalent to like the original Halloween mask and then the evolution of the Myers mask.
Yeah, but when you like the part 3, do you like it at the beginning or end? Because at the end, that's when you got the whole hack hack right on the top of the.
The hack. Once it becomes actually damaged, and it fit a lot more with the character, in my opinion, than with a nice, clean, good looking mask and so like that. The damaged, little bit beat up, dirty. That fit more with the character that I was being portrayed by.
See, I was shocked because I thought you would like Jason Lives, because that's when Zombie Jason, where it's got a little bit taken off on the bottom and on the
top. I really think that, because like I said, the Jason Lives, it's an evolution of that mask. It really is.
How about you, Sammy?
I'll have to agree with Goot and with Stu. It's got to be 3. It is the iconic. I'm literally looking at your shrine, and it's all 3 minus literally your Nika mask that's from the 4th installment.
Yeah.
So that is the mask of Jason.
Guess what? I guess you guys have all changed my opinion, because when I think about it, because the hack part. Yeah, no, I'm serious.
Woo!
I would have to go with part 3, the classic original mask, and because you are right, and then really in part 4, it's the same mask, but it's worn. It's differently.
Turn around and literally look at your Jason shrine.
No, I see what you're saying. So I'm going to agree with all 3 of you. It's part 3. I think we're all going to go for the part 3 mask. So, because originally it was part 4, but when you think about it, they're the exact same thing, just a little bit of differences in from the color and the dirt on the mask and stuff like that. So I'm going to agree with you on all that. So basically we're going to go ahead and end the show right there. And I think that overall that we had a great time talking about this Extreme Saga and talking about part 4 being my favorite one. I hope you guys enjoyed this show. Goot, thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm so appreciative, man.
Thank you to our only fan.
He traveled far to come out here to be on the show, too.
Definitely worth it. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming out.
You're always welcome, man. And Stu and Sammy, see you all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to our podcast, Barrel Age Flicks. We are so excited for the upcoming episodes headed your way and bonus episodes of The Small Batch, Sammy Selects, and now the new Tasting Room. If you like our show, please spread the word, give us a like, or leave us some kind of review on any of the social media pages. Give us a follow on Instagram, Barrel Flicks, or Facebook, Barrel Age Flicks. Our podcast is available on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Anchor, Radio Public, Audible, Pocket Cast, Spotify, Castbox, YouTube, and now Pandora. Please shoot us an email at barrelageflicks@gmail.com with comments and movie suggestions for future shows or any other things you'd like to let us know. Credit to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio on YouTube. Man, your music is awesome. We thank you so much for that. It's great. You guys go ahead and check him out. I just want to say thank you so much. We hope to see you guys next week. Thank you so much for listening. See you then.